Science radio station.
In the Southland.
Wow, we were a little early, huh? 8:59 on a live imaging Tuesday. I apologize. We were talking to Greg Bergman. Jorge thought, you know what? Part of my job is not letting them know that we're on.
I was waving. I was
were you waving?
Yeah, I was waving. I was giving you the
Wow.
signs.
I had wrestling questions.
Great. Come on.
Yeah, talking about the-
Raw last
We
night.
ignored the third base coach.
And we
Wow.
watched wrestling.
Yes. Fun. Oh my God. Did you enjoy
It's
the
Tuesday.
show? Did you enjoy the rest? Did you enjoy Raw? Watching the show?
I was sad when you left because I wanted to body slam you, or at
Did
least
you
try.
really? Spear.
No, that's the term I learned.
Spear.
I could spear him.
Spear.
And I asked him, will you spear Travis tomorrow?
Are you going to spear
You know
me?
what a spear is?
No.
That's
I mean, I
when
know what
just-
it is in football.
When you stand there and I
Yeah.
just run right through you.
Okay,
Yeah, I
before
would-
we
that's
begin, because
spear,
I got
yeah.
a lot of stuff to get to. We're going to get to Travis out
Okay.
of the gate. I want to bring up the
Out of the
20
gate?
minutes of White Lotus I've ever watched.
Oh, nice.
But we got to get on the mic right now.
Oh, boy.
How's that?
It sounds hollow still.
Am I still hollow?
Is he? Now you
on
sound
it.
better.
I'm right there, right?
Yeah,
Let me do
you're
this.
good.
How about that right there?
That's better.
That's
Is that better?
Let's
We'll
just
do
get
that.
close to it. Notice how I'm right on it.
I see you.
I'm like a Mike
you
Greenberg.
have way more guts than I do.
I'm like
Okay.
a greenie wannabe.
There you go.
And I might have gotten sick last week, a little stomach bug, so I should alcohol
See, now I'm
this.
going to be back here again.
No, you got all you got to do is alcohol the tip. Happy Live Imaging Tuesday.
That
Good morning.
sounds disgusting when he says it,
9:01.
right?
Don't give him what he wants.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Before
I'll-
we get to Travis, in
Forgot.
literally 30 seconds, good morning, Producer M.
Good morning.
And good
Roars.
morning, Producer Jorge.
Buenos
Buenos
dias.
dias. Buenos dias.
Now, here's the question all of us are asking in the audience, and we're going to ask now. What are you waving your hands for?
At DeMarco, because he was waving at me.
Well, we missed his wave, so I'm doing the Pepe.
Do we have any
Buenos dias.
alcohol so I can alcohol the tip or no?
I think so. We got it if you need him.
Travis, here, there you go. Okay.
Travis,
I'm
well-
skilled.
Now
I know
there-
what I know what's up.
There is something that DeMarco brought up about your daily attire. He dropped a bomb yesterday during the afternoon show, but that is secondary.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
That is secondary to the burning question that everyone's asking today in Suite 200
Okay.
at our building here, which is
Okay.
the ESPN LA, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes. Yes. I understand.
Why are you in a button down?
Does this
and
qualify
polo,
as a button
and
down?
like a collar?
It's just a.
Does it button all the way down?
I mean, it buttons down.
It's a little
but
fancy.
That's
It's
a button
not
down.
long sleeved or anything like that.
Everything
it's not
all
like
right?
a dress shirt. Yeah, but everything's fine.
You had a meeting with a
do,
lawyer?
do you really want the story as to why I have this shirt on today?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
We
why we
we're
brought it up.
worried.
So, okay, you're gonna. I think sometimes you think I exaggerate for effect, and occasionally I will, but this particular
Only about martinis, but
lane
everything
of
else, no.
my
Oh, yeah, I heard you didn't have a
personality-
martini on Friday.
Not on Friday or for Saturday. Saturday was a bit of a day, but that's a story for another time. The light fixture in my closet has been broken for 2 months.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so the closet
Cue
is.
Chris thinking that he's cheap for not fixing the light fixture in the closet.
Recess
here's the
lighting
thing.
in the.
So there's
Yeah.
there's a light fixture in the closet
Yeah.
that stopped working. It wasn't the bulb. It wasn't. It just stopped
Oh,
working.
more than the bulb.
Right.
Okay,
So
all right.
I
So you
do
need
know
an
how to.
electrician.
I needed somebody
All
to
right.
come in and replace
Call
the
me.
entire
You
thing.
call me.
It took me 2 months to get somebody out. So for 2 months, the closet was in complete darkness.
Oh,
2 hours.
okay.
So I was basically living out of a stack of clothes that were on the top of my dresser in my bedroom, which are my little t-shirt hoodies, which I love, which keep me nice and warm. But I finally could see in my closet, and I saw this shirt this morning. I'm like, I like that shirt. I'm going to put that on.
Now,
so I
when
put
is
the shirt on today.
When is the last time you think you wore this shirt?
Well, it's been at least 2 months because it
More
was
than that. No.
the light wasn't on.
It's been before September. I've never seen that shirt.
Travis, do you own a flashlight? Do you have your phone
You're not
with a
looking-
flashlight on
Susan
it?
All
literally
valid points.
Susan literally wears a headlamp when she was going into the
Susan!
No way.
She would come in. It's got a little headband. She would go in there and find the
I
stuff
don't
that
mind
she
to
wants.
overstep,
Yes.
but I'm going to overstep.
Please.
Has that headlamp ever come into play in other things?
Yeah. Whenever the lights don't work, she
Oh.
uses the headlamp.
Well, that's not what I was saying.
Or a dark
Yeah.
walk?
Yeah. Well, she's not a night walker. Yeah. Neither one of us really are.
Night walker.
But yeah, no. I got the light on. I got the light on,
Yes.
so you're going to see some shirts that you haven't seen before because I can get in there and see what's up.
Can I get into the mind of Jorge for 1 second?
Yeah.
Are you thinking it took him 2 months to fix that thing?
I didn't fix it. I hired somebody to fix
He
it.
hired someone. I could've
No,
done it in
they,
2 hours.
months.
look, they came.
She has a headlamp.
We usually wait.
Yeah.
Here's what this man fixed.
Okay.
He came and fixed the light fixture in our closet.
Okay.
He came and there was. Remember, I was telling you about that. We had that little hole in my garage.
Yeah.
So he came and he
Fixed that.
patched 2 holes in the garage. He fixed the dishwasher. The dishwasher was a little wonky in the slot that
Fixed
it fits
that too,
in.
Mr.
He fixed that,
yeah.
and the big item that was the impetus to get him out here to fix all the stuff. You know the gate on the side of my house?
Sure.
The one that you and Jorge came through because you, for reasons,
Well, Jorge's
wouldn't come
running
through the
because
front door.
we're scared of
You
it.
know the gate I'm talking about?
Yeah, by the
yeah.
trash, yeah.
Well, the wood had been rotting, and
Oh.
it finally just gave way, and the gate collapsed.
Oh, no.
I'm
So
gonna
we
ask
had,
a
we had to
follow-
build a new gate.
I'm gonna
And
ask
the
a
guy
follow-up.
built,
He did that
he
too?
built us a brand new gate.
Nice dude.
I'm going to
Yes.
ask a follow-up. Is this gentleman likely to go to the White House yesterday with the Dodgers or not likely? You get my drift.
I don't know if he was a baseball fan or not.
You know what he wants.
I want to
Right, and that's why I'm not going to give him what he wants. That's my role in this
Just
situation.
gonna keep going until you give him what he
That guy-
wants.
He was not.
My relative?
No.
Okay.
There you go. Way to cut
No,
right through
he was
it.
not.
Yeah.
He was not. Nor was he one of mine or one of DeMarco's.
You could have asked him his name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If I had to guess,
Shouts out to you.
the man was of some sort of Middle Eastern descent.
Okay.
okay.
Yes.
How did you find him?
Susan found
Susan
him.
found
Susan!
him. With
He
a
was
headlamp.
great. He worked all day, fixed a bunch of stuff, paid him a. He made some money off of
I
me.
bet. Yeah, I
He
bet he
made-
did. Yeah.
Building a gate, by the way, it took him 5 hours to build that
Okay,
gate.
now
He
that's
went to
respect.
Home Depot, bought the lumber, cut it, painted it,
Yeah.
mounted it, the whole it was a real job.
You allowed yourself to get dressed in the dark for 2 months instead of putting on a headlamp or seeing your clothes.
No,
I just can't get over
no,
that.
no.
You know
I
what?
didn't get
I got to
dressed in
defend
the
him on the
dark.
headlamp. If I put on a headlamp, I'd be like, you know what? I'm just moving.
I didn't get so the laundry that would come out of the laundry would go onto my dresser, which is not in the closet; it's in the bedroom. So I would just stack things there, and I
Okay.
can see in there. So I'd pull.
You look nice.
This, thank you, DeMarco.
You look nice in the shirt.
I would
There you
pull
go.
this shirt or that shirt. I only got a couple of pairs of jeans, so
Yeah.
it's
You
not
look
that
like a
complicated.
retired cop, though.
I don't love that. I don't
Like
love
you just
that.
ran Rambo out of town.
Yeah,
You know?
keep it moving,
Yeah,
son.
that's right. Milwaukee's that way.
You
Yeah.
live around here?
There you go. Yes,
You just
sir.
stopping? You moving through?
Travis is real good at that, isn't he?
What bomb did I drop on him yesterday?
Do you want to say it, or do you
what
want
did
me
I
to bring it
say?
up?
Bring it up. What did I say? I don't remember what I said. Did I
About
say?
his daily attire and why does he wear a certain thing?
What did I say?
Man, that CTE is really.
Bro, it was a lot going on.
There's nothing you can say about my attire that I'm going
I
to
don't
take
think
offense
I
to.
did. I don't
He
think I took a
questions
shot.
why, at this day and age, where none of. Okay, what's the one thing you're wearing that none of us are wearing?
My badge?
Oh,
Oh.
the badge.
But
Yeah,
he said, but he
okay.
didn't. He said it in a very. Oh, let me tell you something about
I
Travis.
did not know you wore that every day. I can't see it from here. Right.
Every
I can't,
day.
but I can't see it.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh,
monitor.
so was it Cappy that brought it up?
I thought it was you. It
wasn't me,
Cappy.
no, 'cause I never
Somebody
really
brought it up
noticed
about. I did not know you wore that thing every. Why do you wear it every day?
The short answer
Oh,
is
wait a minute. It was O'Shea.
Did O'Shea bring that
Oh,
up?
is that what it was?
It was the other black guy.
I don't think O'Shea likes me. I think that's what it is. I don't think he likes me.
No,
but
he's
that's
cool.
that's a topic for another day.
Maybe
No.
you've done the cop impersonation too many times.
Maybe.
Not to lean into the Chris thing for a
here's
minute,
why.
but he's,
Remember who
he's,
his old man is.
He's second generation rich, so he's
No.
just a little bit different.
So
Yeah.
you need this one to get in the building, right?
Yes.
Like they want, for whatever reason, I've worked here 10 years. They still want to see it every morning.
Does
when
it
I walk
work?
through.
Sometimes people want to see it, even if it doesn't work.
They want to see this. Like, sir, can I see your badge? So instead of having to fish it out of my wallet,
That was a good one.
DeMarco.
That was a good one.
You still don't get
You
it.
broke me on that
That
one.
was
You
unscripted.
Stop. Don't engage over there.
Okay, go ahead.
You
I'm
just
sorry.
need to listen.
Back to badge.
And then
There.
this thing is the thing that operates the elevator, this little fob.
The fob thing.
Right?
Okay.
So instead of having to fish it out of my wallet every time, I just keep it around my neck.
There you go. Okay,
That's
that
why.
You don't
makes
put it in your
sense.
backpack during the show. You just wear a lanyard
because
for the entire
Thank you.
show.
the second I get downstairs, I put it right back in the same spot in my car every single day with my parking pass, so I never lose things.
So what if,
Same
what if,
thing.
what
Yes.
if you, instead of wearing your lanyard for the entirety of the show,
Mm-hmm.
you came upstairs, put it in the same pocket of your backpack, and take it out of that pocket of your
That's
backpack
an
and put it
extra
into your
step
car.
that you're adding to my routine
And
that
you'd
I
lose
don't
it.
need. I can
Yes.
just put it on and take it off.
But then you
as
get made
opposed to
fun of-
put it on, take it off, put it back on, take it off. That's
Yeah.
2 steps. I prefer one.
And you get
Einstein
made fun
effect.
of by
Yeah.
O'Shea Jackson Jr.,
I'm
and
a-
here we are.
Guys, it's
No,
real. It's
but
really,
whatever you're about to do,
It's
I
really
will blow up.
hard. It's
I will blow it up.
really hard to offend me with things
you're
I
s-
wear and habits that I
You're
have.
saying that you don't care what O'Shea says.
That's not what I said.
Did he bring it up?
I think so.
It might have been.
But
I've been asked the
Why would he
question
bring it
before.
up? It might have been Cappy. It might have been Cappy that brought it. I did
That's
not.
fine.
But I can't see it from here because of the monitor.
I've worn it every day for 10 years.
Okay, but I know why now. It makes
And
makes
I
total
have
sense.
my badge
Yeah.
on at all times, but I have it on like a string on my pants.
You have like
you
a
go.
little janitor
like
thing.
nurses, and
Yeah,
so people
nurse.
can hear me coming.
Yeah. This is what I do. And
Yes.
I wear collar shirts now that my
You look
my
nice.
lights are on. Thank you,
You look
DeMarco.
nice. Stay off my lawn.
Yeah.
Get to some sports here.
Emily insulted the fit of my shirt, but that's
what's
for
wrong with the
another-
What's wrong with the
I
fit?
said complimentary. I said you don't fit in it anymore.
Wait, stand up.
Complimentary.
Stand up, model. Let me see.
It's a little too big.
I wore a shirt yesterday.
And I
What,
think
you want
it's
it like this?
No.
It's
That's
just generally
not
you go a
European
size
cut.
down.
You're
That's what I'm
good.
saying. I'm a man that even though I'm a little thinner than I used to be, I'm still not a narrow man.
Yeah, you should enjoy that. You have
You
flow
could
inside
go
your
a size
shirt.
down
Yes.
without doing the pulling that you did. It just
I'm a tween. I'm an X and a
Yeah.
half.
Whoa. What?
I'm a tweener.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
I'm a tweener.
Oh, okay.
What'd you
Never
think he said? No, my bad.
Yeah.
Go back there.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
my bad. Never mind.
Yeah.
Did anybody need Florida winning the national championship last night?
Oh,
Did they finally wrap that up?
Yeah,
Is that done?
you
We're
lean
done
right
with the
into- I
NCAA
feel-
tournament. We're
Thank
done.
you, yes.
We're good.
we're
Who
just
won?
in 2008
Florida?
all over again.
Yeah.
Florida won.
They beat
How
Houston.
did Joakim Noah do?
They beat Houston.
I think he's been out of school for a while.
Al Horford have a big game last night.
No, not them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a Duke fan, can everybody just say nobody needed Houston and Florida in the national championship, and nobody needed Florida
You're
winning?
a Duke fan?
I am.
Why?
Did we need Duke
Does,
winning?
does
Yes.
that not track?
It does, but
Because
why?
I was a young boy,
Yeah. Keep going. I
and
need
I
to
got
hear
into
this.
who was good in 1990.
Duke.
Okay.
But everyone around you must have hated Duke.
Because I don't
was
enjoy
around in
people
the 90s.
hating me.
I'm just saying that does track. Right.
It
you got to
does.
be the one guy with the Duke hat.
I will say, I did see the final possession of that game. What an absolute catastrophe for Houston. How do you not get a shot off with 20 seconds? I understand
I
not
don't
getting
know.
a good shot, not making the shot, but to just jump in the air and let the ball go? Like, I've never seen that before.
I'm sick for Kelvin Sampson.
He had a pretty good run.
A great run, but remember, 40 years for Gino Ariema. He's going to go down in history as one of the
Gino,
greatest.
it's time to retire. We're done.
He
Why?
won
He just
the
won
title.
again.
I'm done.
Stay in there.
You might be
Yeah.
done.
Listen,
He's not.
And you did this too. 20 years ago, I was booking Gino for Tony Bruno. It's over. Yeah,
He's
man,
just
give
still
me-
going strong.
And,
He's
and
still
Jim
recruiting.
wanted
He's
to
still
go give
going
me
strong.
Gino. It was the one time of year we all talked to
We
him.
were a Pat Summit house.
We too.
We were a Pat Summit
Wait a minute,
house.
you had Gino on. That's probably why Bruno wanted to do it.
I honestly don't think if we did, it wasn't when I was there. We were a Pat Summit house.
we had Summit on a couple
Yeah.
times.
She's fun.
She was. Yeah,
But
she was
same
great.
thing. Same
It's a
40
final.
years.
It's
This-
been a final for a while.
I think he'll retire before winning a championship. Like, I don't think he'll ever win a championship. Samson. That's what I mean. That last 20 seconds hurt for them and him.
I saw the big CY walk in. I want to talk to him next because I want to ask him, did America need? You know, he's a national radio host, so
Yes.
his opinion matters more than yours. Frankly.
I'm aware.
You know, I want to ask him: is there any benefit in Florida winning the national championship? Nobody cares. And his Nats beat the Dodgers.
did.
Once again, the Dodgers continue to show they may be human. Shohei Ohtani. Do we have to drop? We loaded it for the afternoon show. Is it in there? It's in there. Play it. I want to play it.
I would like to hear that. We'll have to find it. We'll get the national radio perspective on Florida. We got a lot
Clinton
to get
and
to.
Friends,
I
weekday
know.
mornings, 7 to 9.
It's radio's Clinton Yates.
It's got a lot of local
not
flavor,
TVs.
but it's still national radio.
I understand.
Shohei Ohtani.
That's pretty great. I'm not going to lie. Here's what's on tap for 7:10 today. Lakers are back in Oklahoma City tonight. Coverage begins at 3:30. Tip-off is at 5. You can hear it on your afternoon drive on 710 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. That is Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please
Shohei
enjoy
Ohtani.
responsibly. It is lit, and we will talk about Shohei Ohtani next.
Shohei Ohtani.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Ready for a delicious escape? The new Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so come in and enjoy one today. They're big on protein, rich on flavor. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Accident, or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
At Hyundai, we make a big deal about the little things, like the little fact that 9 Hyundai vehicles have earned IIHS Top Safety Picks this year, and offering a little thing called America's Best Warranty, because delivering safety and quality, pretty big deal. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Test drive a new Hyundai today at your local Hyundai dealer, where every Hyundai comes standard with America's Best Warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Visit buyhyundai.com to find the dealer nearest you. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Monday, April 14th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. We'll explore the nation's largest standalone jellyfish exhibit, the all-new Jewels of the Sea, featuring awe-inspiring.
Care of your business. I'm dealing with it right now. Hit and run. The back of my truck was smashed. I thought it was just a simple fix the tailgate. No. Leo said, boom, boom, boom. This is a problem, Bethel. Let me take care of it. 626-330-0100. 626-330-0100. You'll get a 50% discount on your deductible when you let them know that 710 sent you. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision.
Hey, basketball fans, John Ireland here. Austin Reeves has been playing lights out, and now he's bringing that same energy to his brand new signature shoe, the AR2s from Rigorer. Designed for top performance and comfort, these kicks are for players who grind just like Austin. He was hands-on in crafting every detail, making sure the AR2s deliver on and off the court. So go to Rigorer.com, Rigorer. Don't wait. Own a pair of Austin Reeves' shoes. That's Rigorer.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela. Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
It's gonna hurt me, I can lie.
Are you saying you don't think I could hang out at Augusta?
I don't think you're getting in without a ticket, my friend.
9:18 on a live imaging Tuesday, playing the Homeboy records. I like that. Let's just kiss and say goodbye. The Manhattans. A man that's kissed and said goodbye. I don't know. It seemed like an easy segue. National radio star, Travis. The great Clinton Yates.
So you hold on quickly, Chris. You missed the bit because you weren't here, which is that I would come in at the show
when I was dying.
When you were dying,
okay.
when you were next to death.
9:18.
Grim Reaper was Grim Reaper was hovering.
Yeah.
As opposed to saying television's Clinton Yates, he would say radio's Clinton Yates.
Oh,
because
so you
it was
stole
just
my bit,
funny.
even though it wasn't my bit yet?
No, that's what I'm saying. It was his bit.
You had TV's Clinton.
Yes.
TV's. I can't even say it. TV's Clinton Yates.
We used to say television's Clinton
Yates.
Yates.
Yes, and then he started
Clinton
saying
Yates.
because it was a radio segue, radio's Clinton Yates. That's the etymology of the beat. bit.
I don't know about this edamame, but I've upped it to national radio star.
Okay, got it.
Well, you're putting a hat on a hat. That's what they call that.
The Schwanz doesn't work.
The what?
That's a crappy bit. Never mind.
This
Clinton
hat on
Yates.
hat. Hi. How are you? How are you feeling today?
Amazing. As
You're
I do
wearing a
every
golf
day.
shirt. Are you back
Sunday
on the
swagger.
golf? Are you back on the golf course?
No, it takes a lot out of me just to hit a bucket of balls.
Okay.
So when they pull, keep saying pull. That's the wrong word. When
This
they-
wasn't an invitation to get into all of your procedures on your body. I was just asking.
When
are
I
you playing
lost a
golf?
lot of weight in the
Okay,
hospital.
Thank you.
I lost a lot of
919.
muscle. Lost a lot of muscle in my arms and my chest. So
18?
it takes a lot.
Okay, to
hit.
just swing the sticks.
I got to go to the Ben Hogan swing,
Fair
which is
enough.
more whippy in the hips. So I got to go more like.
Okay,
Get
see,
that whip.
You
I
can whip
tried.
the hips.
I tried.
Yeah.
I'm
that
scared.
lovely?
That kind of physical movement scares me because I don't know where.
You mean that close
Well,
to
it could,
you?
it could get away from you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the kind of impact you're supposed to be putting on your body.
I tried to do the pony twice on O'Shea Jackson Jr. yesterday. He didn't like it.
I listened to a little of that.
Yeah.
How did it go? He was signing autographs all night long.
It's a lot of autographs.
Yeah.
He's famous.
Well,
He's a movie star.
I haven't
Yeah.
been part of a
Yeah.
remote where there's a line of autographs since the Keyshawn days. Like
Well,
way back.
Keyshawn is famous.
Well, I know.
Correct.
Yes.
But O'Shea, I think I like O'Shea now better than Keyshawn
Because
because he's a bigger star. I feel like.
Oh.
Wow.
He's
Yeah.
on that FS1 show and like 4 people watch it.
I
Anyway,
like you admitting to being the star effer just right out of the tape.
There's no doubt.
That's good. That's good.
there's no doubt.
I watched baseball last night.
Have
Did you
I
watch
not?
baseball?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
My bad.
Since you've been a national radio star, have
Yes.
I not been nicer to you?
Yeah, probably, but that's also when you almost died.
Oh,
9:20.
9:20.
Yeah. So
By the way,
there's-
Angels trivia 10 a.m.
There's a correlation here that worked out well for me. Yes.
Okay.
So that's all I'm
that's
saying.
great.
I watched baseball last night.
Yes.
And I watched.
So did I.
I watched them in Nationals Park, my home park. James Wood played in that game. So you want to know a funny joke? James Wood, left-handed bat, big dude.
Got a big hit late.
Yeah, we call him James Lumber. That's his government name. That's a joke.
James
but he can play. And I thought that the Dodgers, how do I say this? As much as they play great baseball, if they make mistakes, they're beatable. And that's something that we found in the last couple games. Now, that Philly game was, especially the one that Glasnow started, I thought that was a bit of an anomaly because Glasnow can't get it going because he's can't figure out his feet.
He started crying because the mound was wet.
It was bad. That's another discussion.
It was bad.
He was really into his own feelings there.
That can't happen like that. I get that you're particular about how you land on the mound, et cetera, et cetera. Dude, it's raining for everybody.
And he's a big guy, and it's like, dude, let's stomp it out already.
That was bad.
That was unbecoming.
That
is
was
the word I would use of that.
That was a bad look.
And it wasn't quite the same last night, but you get a couple errors, and next thing you know, a decent team, they've won 3 in a row now, the Nationals, you can lose. And I hear you guys talk all the time about sort of the trends of, and by you two, like what's actually going wrong. Sometimes it's just within the internal logic of the game. You make a couple mistakes, you're going to lose a big league game. And that's a lot of what happened last night, in my opinion. So Shohei getting a couple extra base hits was lovely, but I love to see the Nationals win as an up and coming squad.
All the extras over now, right?
Losable game.
The White House was the end of 2024.
That was the last celebratory moment for
I would say
last
so.
year's
now
team.
get back to playing baseball and doing the little things because I agree with you.
Shohei Ohtani.
There's one other
I was wondering
thing.
what that hand motion was. Now
Yeah.
You've heard me talk about this.
Yeah.
All you guys heard me talk about this. The baseball gods do not like to be trifled with.
Yeah.
The Dodgers did the thing that the gods don't like. They openly mocked another team that struggled with something. That at the end of the last season, the Dodgers went on a tour talking about how bad the Yankees were at certain things, about how bad they were at base running, about how bad they were defensively, about how the little things they knew that we'd never mess up the little things. They were always going to mess up the little things. Therefore, all we had to do is just wait around for them to hand it to us.
Right.
The Dodgers have looked like absolute garbage with the little things for the last 4 or 5 games. They could easily be on a 5-game skid. They're not because they have so many good players.
Great offense.
But they're running the bases poorly.
Which you know drives me nuts.
They're playing defense.
It does.
They've made 7 errors in the last 6 games. It could easily be 10 or 11.
Right.
Easily be 10 or 11. They've given up 10 earned runs in their last 6 games. They've played bad baseball, and exactly the way they played bad baseball in the way that they were mocking the Yankees for.
I'd rather
the
play
gods
bad
don't
now,
like that.
now than later, though.
Reminder, they all count the same.
Yeah,
Don't
no
fall
doubt.
into that trap. They all count the same.
Oh, no
so
doubt.
that's something people say, well, you get it out of the way early because the games don't matter. No, they matter. You know what I'm saying? They matter because you don't want to end up in October like the Yankees when the problems are still there.
Their talent level through the first, what did they win, 8 in a row to start? They have so many good players that they were able to cover the fact that they were falling behind, they were walking a lot of guys, and they were making errors.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, they didn't make an error through the first 6 games. They've made up for it since then by having a whole bunch of errors along the way. But they're not playing well. We came in here when they were on the 8-game winning streak saying, hey, this is what it looks like when they're playing C-level baseball. What happens when they get better? Well, they've gone the other way. They haven't gotten better.
That's when you and Greg Bergman were talking about 162-0.
I don't think we ever said that in a real way. But this is
and
a
we
team.
were hearing about torpedo bats and
By the
Ohtani
way,
can't have a
by the
torpedo
way,
bat.
we're in
Well, no, I'm going to remind
Let the real baseball minds actually talk about this. The torpedo
yeah.
bats were never
Oh my
a thing
God,
like that.
that was funny.
Ever a thing like that.
Just saying.
It had a moment.
It had a
Yeah,
it had a
moment.
What did Darius say? It had one shining moment.
was a good team played a bad team and hit a bunch of home runs.
Speaking of one shining moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, DeMarco.
Go ahead.
It's better than.
I wonder how much those bats sold, though.
A bunch,
Probably
a
a
bunch,
Little
They had a
spike.
moment, right?
Little spike at Dick's Sporting
That's what I'm
Goods.
saying, yeah.
Speaking of one shining moment,
Yeah.
does Florida ever need to? Do we care that Florida won a national championship?
They've won 3 now.
Well, yes, thank
Their
you.
coach is the youngest coach to do it since 1983. Were you alive in 83?
I was born in 83.
You were born in 83. Okay, so this is the youngest guy to win one since you were born. This is a good time to mention that you almost died. And
925. Good
also,
morning.
I would
Got
say that
925.
no, I don't think that it was that great. I really wanted Houston to win. I
Right.
thought that
Yeah.
Kelvin Sampson would have been a better story, but ultimately, to really get into the nitty gritty,
Let's go.
You can't win basketball games with a team that can't shoot the basketball. They were throwing up bricks that were short, long. They couldn't hit the zone for anything.
Looked like Bronny James out there.
Okay,
Dang. 925 in 23 seconds.
was unnecessary. But they looked bad on the offensive end. Both teams shot under 60%. And dude, you can't win games if you can't put the ball to the hole. It was a horrendous basketball game.
Yeah.
Dude, it was 31-28 at the half.
Like,
the college basketball sucks.
Stinks.
Let's just say what
wait
it
a
is.
minute.
It
That
sucks.
was a bad game.
It genuinely sucks. The level of play is awful.
I don't like it.
It's
I
awful.
genuinely don't love college basketball
if
unless I'm in
you
the
watch
building. Men's college
NBA
basketball,
in a
Yeah.
regular way, like I know we all do, and then you turn on a college basketball game, it's just low quality.
How do you expect
basketball.
to have a good product when everybody's moving?
There are a lot of explanations
I know.
as to why it stinks, but it
Yeah.
stinks.
No, but it came down to a shot, and you didn't even get the shot off. I understand it. The kid wanted to pump fake. He didn't pump fake. He got off the ground. Next thing you know, the ball's on the ground, and he can't touch it. Not a great game. But I will say this. Kelvin Sampson reuniting with Hakeem Olajuwon and that whole five-slam at Jammer crew, that was my favorite part of the whole tournament on the men's side to some degree, so that was cool. USC, baby. Back next year, though. Women of Troy. That's what I'm focused on.
Oh, absolutely. Now, did you watch any of Monday Night Raw that we were watching at Hollywood Park Casino?
So James Steele, who's a producer on our show. I don't know what that means. And
You know what it means.
I'm not going to step into that. One of the producers on Clinton and Friends is a big WWE guy, and he said, well, this national title game is running into my WWE watching. So we got an update from him, but other than that, no, I did not watch it. Who is the Yam God?
It's a female wrestler. And O'Shea called her the Yam God. And then I said, which was later cut up as a drop, how do I become the Yam God?
Becky Lynch. Yeah.
Were you there?
Yes.
Yeah, he
Becky
stopped by.
Lynch.
Did you sign as many autographs as O'Shea?
No.
Legitimate question.
No.
I'm just wondering.
On the way out, a few, but
Okay,
no.
I'm just wondering.
Have you seen Den of Thieves Part 1 and 2?
I've seen the first one, not the second one.
That's the other part. I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, I kind of like you as an actor.
But he was signing a lot of Star Wars.
Den of Thieves.
Yeah, well, his Star Wars stuff
he's
is where
good
he
in
steps
it.
into my world.
Yeah.
Right.
He's very good in it, in both movies.
Yeah, good, for sure.
Good for him. I love what he represents about LA a lot. It was a good
Me
job.
too. That's what I'm telling you. That's probably why you don't think he likes you. Second generation.
No, he might
rich.
not like Travis because
Yeah.
Travis comes off as a retired cop.
You said that. Yeah.
It's not the first time
if
I've
we
heard that.
did some sort of sketch comedy, were there a Mandy's or something, that's the role you would play.
You said to me at one point, Yates, that I was trimming my beard and I trimmed it poorly and I took
then you shaved,
so I
right?
had to take the whole thing down to start over because I couldn't have like a bald patch. And you're like, no, bro, you need to get that back. You do not look like you belong at the barbecue without a beard.
That's exactly what
is
he
exactly
told you
what
that?
Yes.
Oh, that was
an
you.
honest
Yes.
analysis.
Oh, my
That was not a
God.
knock. I was
Yeah.
just
Did
like,
you put
ooh,
retired cop in my head?
little bit.
That
you
was
know what I'm
you.
saying? So
Okay.
that's where it was.
That's why you should listen to Clinton Friends mornings, 7 to 9 a.m. here
Thank
at
you.
710 ESPN,
Appreciate
the
it.
ESPN LA app.
Especially
By the way,
with that shirt on.
your boy McVay is a guy who's not afraid to go bald patch. Sometimes you have seen that he is he's screwed up his beard at some point, but he just rolls with it. He knows not to do what I had to do it once 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember Keyshawn was like, no.
Well, you get 15 years younger when you shave your beard.
I would just say you'd be completely unrecognizable. You
Yeah.
could murder a guy on the street, shave your beard, and keep walking, and nobody would know who the hell you were.
The way things are going, I might have to do that soon. You never know.
No, not really.
Oh, there's McVay. Play the show ad. Come on. Have the drops.
I gotta say, for all the
Shohei
speaking of things that I
Ohtani.
have informed guys of, I remember way back in the day, I asked Cappy, "Do you ever imitate white guys?" Because he had all these other impressions of brothers,
yeah.
and I was like, "These aren't as good as you think." And that's But what I will say is that Donald Trump impression is really good.
His Trump
that's
is good.
80 grade, as we say in the baseball world.
Shohei Ohtani.
That's the real
That's
Trump.
45.
That's the real
Yeah.
Trump. Okay.
And the other one,
Well, I don't think we have it.
we don't have it.
No, but his is really good.
His is good because I was listening to
Cap.
Yours
Oh,
is
man.
surprisingly good.
Mine's not as good as Cap. But I appreciate
I'm
it.
not saying. I think yours is pretty good.
In the hospital, apparently 929. I was doing it a lot. I was impersonating Cappy, impersonating Trump.
Oh, the derivative
And my
bit?
family was like, enough already. But
Hat on a hat.
Yeah.
By the way, you're done for the segment. That's 3.
you're going to tell me when.
Are you
something's
having an
all good.
allotment?
No, that's all you get. Yeah.
Are you going full
3
Jimmy
per.
V? He says, I got things coursing through my veins. You think I care about this timing clock? Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
By the way, it's Masters Week. I heard that was a topic on your show today.
We're not going to review that, but you can check out the podcast on the ESPN app. And, on social, we review a lot of things. So.
And I believe it's on the ESPN LA app, too.
It's on the ESPN LA app as well. That is very true.
Par 3 contest tomorrow.
That's a fun event.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a fun event. Yeah, do you know what that is?
No. Par 3.
So the day before the tournament starts, they have all of the players that would like to participate in a par 3 challenge can do that. They have a short course adjacent to the main course, where they're just little chip shot holes, basically,
no
par
way.
3s.
Okay.
Nobody tries to win it because everybody who has won the par 3 has never gone on to win the whole thing. So guys will intentionally kind of tank it. They play with their kids and everything else.
Wives and
It's a fun.
girlfriends.
Yeah, you'll get a hole-in-one once every other year or something.
They put them in places where the balls collect.
Right.
So typically you'll get one or two.
You'll
that
get one or
jump
two
in there.
highlights out of a week. That's pretty cool.
Nothing
But yeah.
sounds more painful.
What a lovely location, Augusta
Yes.
National.
And par 3.
That's all I got. I'm out of here.
As you said,
My
hello,
God.
friends, it reminds me of something. Here's how you know you've made it in life, as Jim Nance has. When you can literally say, hey, everybody, my final Masters is in 2035. That's 20 years, almost 20 years from now. And you could say, that's when I'll retire, everybody.
It was an aggressive call.
Yeah.
That's his 50th Masters, by the way.
I get it, and I understand the,
Could have waited
the
on that
round
announcement.
number. Man plan, God laughs.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
We'll
that,
see.
The baseball
that-
gods.
That's one of those. Oh, you think so?
Oh, really?
Is that right?
Done.
Is that right? You know?
Hey,
Lightning.
hey, watch this.
Yes.
Too much pep talk for me. I'm out.
Yes.
By CY. I believe
Peace.
Greg Bergman somewhere is announcing that his final Blue review will be 2035.
review.
The Blue Review. Blue Review. The Blue Review with Bergman and team.
I'm going to make
I
that
think
into a
Bergman and
song.
Friends is better. Because Friends means like the Clinton and Friends has changed me.
Hello, friends.
Yeah.
Hello, friends.
National radio star Clinton.
What are we
Yates.
doing next, Chris?
We can do a lot of things.
What would you like to do?
Well, I pooped on a sidewalk over the weekend.
Poop on a sidewalk coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Next Gen is the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. And spring is here. It's going to get hot pretty soon. You're going to be running that air conditioning. And why not make sure that you clean out all the dust and all of the allergens, not just from your home, but from the air that you breathe. And Next Gen is here to help you breathe easier. Right now, ESPN LA listeners can get $100 off select indoor air quality products to help reduce allergens, dust, and pollutants inside the house. Upgrade your air, protect your family's health, and enjoy cleaner, fresher air all season long. And they're going to make it easy to do it too. They are open 7 days a week. They've got lifetime warranty options available. They got financing options available. And of course, that legendary Next Gen 5-star service. Do not wait. 833-3-NEXT-GEN. Give them a call today to claim your $100 off select indoor air quality products. That's 833-3-NEXGEN. Give them a call right now.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Monday, April 14th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. We'll explore the nation's largest standalone jellyfish exhibit, the all-new Jewels of the Sea, featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish, and set sail on a flavor adventure at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Don't miss the action, the fun, and maybe even a few surprises. Monday, April 14th, 3 to 6 p.m., live from SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
Well, you could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi Personal Loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
You don't have to go.
9:37 on a live imaging Tuesday. Travis and DeMarco. Smooth on a Tuesday morning. Snuggle up to the one if you're still in bed. Maybe it's a figurine of DeMarco Farr. You never are. You say, baby, I'm for real. As the originals talked about in the 60s. You know what I'm saying?
Rarity, man. I don't know this song.
You don't?
No.
The little tears in
dedication from producer Laura to her boo.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just want like I want like a homegirl one. You know what I mean?
No, I got you. Okay. Who's this?
Quick.
Who's singing
The
this?
Originals.
The Originals. Let me write that down. All right.
Oh, that's a good part right there. That's where you feel that silky and smooth. You know what I mean?
I like this.
I bump this when I'm washing the car, DeMarco. Like, this is the music I wash my car to.
The homie
You
over
being
there.
serious?
I'm serious.
The
Okay,
lowrider
yeah.
oldies.
Yeah.
The
I'm talking
Arlo
about,
Bohm,
I can
music.
cook to this. I'd be cooking to this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I do.
Bottle of wine next to me. See,
You can say it.
I can't.
Even though I'm sober, you can still talk about alcohol.
I don't want to be that guy.
No,
Okay,
you can't be that guy. I'm fine.
I don't want to be that guy.
It's okay. You live
Okay.
your life. Like, you got chafing relief. I don't need it.
Thank you. I do. Yes. Would you like some Highlands?
Not right now.
Do you still chafe? Are you out of the chafing range now that you lost weight?
Let's cut that drop off.
Yeah.
So I chafe a little bit in the chest because I have a life vest on for now. At least another month.
You should try this. It really does work.
I use. I've been using some cortisone right here, but I can use the chafing
This
cream.
has solved my chafing issue.
But
really.
I don't have the chafing issues I used to.
Okay, that's
I
good.
used to have some chafing issues in the thigh region.
Between the legs there?
Yeah,
yeah.
But I haven't had that in a while.
You get them on the upper chest area.
Yeah, mine are there.
Listen, we're men. We can talk about our chafing.
The nipples get sore.
Oh, you get nipple chafes.
I do.
Or chafed nipples.
I do.
Sorry, it's the shirt. It's the shirt, and you talking about nipples right now.
No,
and the face you're
I
making.
didn't bring it up. I'm just answering the question.
Do you still chafe?
No,
Yes.
That's quick work.
I hate you, Jorge.
DeAndre ain't doing that in the afternoon, I'll tell you that. Although he's not bad. He pulled the Shohei Ohtani quickly.
What happened to? Did DeAndre play basketball last night? Was that a thing?
The way you said that was quite humorous.
I thought there was a thing, right?
I thought he played
Some
intern.
sort of
I think he faced finally intern Jerry last night.
I think that was it. Did they play?
Did that not happen, Parker?
Oh,
You don't know?
it didn't play. Okay.
Oh,
They
okay.
killed it. Okay, never mind. Move on.
Parker made it like we got to move on. Like one of them
That's
was in
what
jail.
right.
Parker was like, whoa,
okay,
whoa,
move
whoa,
on.
whoa,
Okay.
whoa,
Stop
man.
talking about
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Well, DeAndre works here.
I know DeAndre.
Okay.
Do you still chafe?
Intern Jerry. We love Jerry.
Jerry Reynoso?
Yeah.
Oh, I know Jerry.
But intern Jerry was walking around. Now listen, I'm not going to be
challenged DeAndre.
Oh, that's a mistake.
I'm not going to be a height shamer like you.
Oh, no, I am.
But intern Jerry came up to my chest. And
DeAndre's what, 6'4"?
Yeah.
And he's also just his
And he's in
his
shape.
body.
He's a big guy.
I mean, I miss having Jerry around to change the channels on these TVs. Sorry.
Why is the intern taking shade?
Jerry's a good guy.
No
I
longer
like
an
Jerry.
intern. I think he has a job at Odyssey now. Which is great.
So he's wide open.
Yeah. Okay.
With arms wide open, as the great Creed once said.
Creed.
Listen,
What?
I love Creed.
Fine. You can like
That's
Creed.
so on brand.
No,
You can like Creed.
the song "Higher" by Creed means something when you've almost died. 940.
Are you putting his cap at 3 per hour, 3 per segment, 3 per
segment.
show? Okay.
That's one. Okay.
He's still got 2 to go.
Yep. Okay.
It's kind of like Mace saying.
So tell your story about
sorry.
your sidewalk experience.
So here's the thing. I either had a stomach. They adjusted one of my medications last week. When I say they, I have amazing doctors and nurses.
Your team.
Between 2 facilities. So I have 2 cardiology teams, whatever. Thank you, Obamacare.
For real.
Yeah, it covered California. I mean, I pay a lot every month, but thank you for those too.
Yeah.
But this was more than what I pay every month.
Go ahead, Chris.
Anyway, so one of my heart medications was adjusted up because they feel at my age and the heart's doing really well, they can max it out now, so I don't have to be on it much longer. The max out was a little drastic, so I was starting to feel a little bit more dizziness and whatever. And then my heart rate was fluctuating a little bit to where I almost thought I had a stomach bug on top of it. Because a lot going around. I come in here, I'm more around people than if I was just resting at home.
Sure.
So on Saturday, it was a little warm, but I wanted to go on a walk to pick up my prescriptions, which is about 2.5 miles to and back.
Yeah.
We were at 5.5, and it's sunny, it's hot. And my uncle, who walks with me a lot, says, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need some water?" I said, "Nah, I think I'm fine. Let's just get home." But I am feeling a little just not off, but just a little tired. All of a sudden, we stop. And again, I'm about a half mile from my house, and we're in a neighborhood. And I said, "Listen." And he goes, "No, don't worry about it. I'll go get the car, and I'll pick you up. Just stay here." But he's got to walk back to the house to get his car and then come get me. Well,
10 minutes?
Yeah, about that.
Miles, yeah.
In that window, my stomach decided... And by the way, Friday was a rough tummy day. That's why we thought maybe I had a bug or I was reacting to the medication. This one
Could be both.
This one was a little more fluidy.
Little sneak attack.
But it was fluid based.
Yeah, I got you.
And it was running. I was wearing shorts.
Oh my gosh.
And
sorry, man.
The shoes went out. But then when we went past that, and it's on the street. It's on the sidewalk. So I walked a couple blocks down, like, oh no, that wasn't me. And then it came out the other end onto somebody's lawn.
This is like Bridesmaids.
Yeah. So then when he pulled up with the car, I said, you got a towel or something? He goes, oh. And he luckily had plastic bags like in the trunk, which makes me question what he's doing with plastic bags in the trunk, but that's all good.
Shade, bro. It happens.
It's a good thing that you are no longer in your chafing area, or era, I should say, because that would have accelerated it dramatically.
And then my great Skechers that Cappy actually gave me that are that I
slip
use.
on?
But those were really exceptional during my edema phase when I blew up.
Oh,
and
right.
And I couldn't fit in anything. So those became very valuable.
Oh, nice.
Right before everything
Feel
went
better?
wrong. Oh, I feel amazing today.
Good.
By the way,
I fit. It's the great equalizer. It happens to everybody.
Well,
There's not much you
this
can do.
story had me. I was thinking about you this weekend because you do these weekend hikes, right?
Yeah.
Big weekends. I'm like, I
Yeah.
bet he plans his diet accordingly.
I do.
Because sometimes you'll get caught out there.
I am very aware of that possibility.
Yeah.
So I I do the very best I can to prevent that from happening.
And
Sometimes,
and you're
just
urban
stuck.
hiking. There's people out there, right? You're on the street.
Yeah, on the street.
Okay, see, it's different when we're out in the woods.
Yeah. If there were an emergency, I could take care of it.
You can get hidden. I mean,
Yes.
you're in the street. There's nothing you
But
can do.
it's snake season, DeMarco, so you got to be really
there's
careful.
that you got to worry about.
Yeah, but
right.
when you're trying to
I had
hide,
a bit of a snake. It just came out.
And sometimes, like when your stomach says go, there's nothing you can do. And you're a mile and a half from home. So I feel you. Been there. Everybody has.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it happens.
That's a drag.
I like that you guys are like apologetic about it. Like
No,
Cappy's laughing and going like, "This is
No.
amazing."
It
when
happens.
I told the story yesterday,
It happens. It's an awful, awful feeling, and
sucks. It
we
really
backed
does,
We
right?
adjusted the meds back down for now.
Did you
because
get right in the shower with all your stuff on?
I was told to disrobe outside.
Oh, no,
and,
get in the shower. Get in the
Better.
shower
and
with
everything was
everything
just
on.
thrown away.
Yeah.
And then I went into the house.
well, you can't. It depends.
I threw it all away.
If you're in a good pair of shorts, I'm not throwing them away.
Get in the shower.
I'm
rinse them off in the shower.
I got a
with
washing
you.
machine. I got a
Yeah.
sink in the
You
laundry
can power
room.
wash it outside.
There
on
you
the-
go.
on the
Hose it off. You can do that
Hose it
too.
off.
Right.
So here's the
Go
thing
to
about these
backyard.
shorts.
Those shorts are expensive.
These shorts were Adidas golf shorts that I hadn't worn. I bought them in probably 2007 at a size that I couldn't fit into the last
can get into
10
them now.
years. I actually got into them.
Save the shorts. There you
But
go.
no, we said, you know what? They've seen a better day. This was a tough way for
This was
everybody.
them. This is their swan
And
song.
the great Skechers shoes, they went in the trash too. They weren't coming back. It was in there, dude. it was in there.
All right, tune in to Sedano and Cap on Monday the 14th as they broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. They'll be experiencing the all-new Jewels of the Sea jellyfish exhibit and staying at the stunning family-friendly Paradise Point Resort and Spa. Check out the fun on social. You can tune in for your chance to win a family 4-pack and a night stay at Paradise Point Resort and Spa. SeaWorld San Diego, open your world to something amazing. The Far Side is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Some people hate me, some people hate Ireland, some people... It's what makes the world go around.
They hate me.
But I think
They
most
do
people
hate
hate me, don't they?
Nobody hates you.
Nobody
People
hates
love
me.
you.
Why
They
is
hate
that?
all
You
of
are
us
the
except
least
you.
hated person at this station.
Why?
No,
I'm
no.
an obnoxious dummy. Why is it
But
that I
because
can't
They love that you're an obnoxious dummy.
Oh, okay.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investment to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover train will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and a kiss and fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less. And trains depart every 2 minutes, beginning in early 2026. Learn more on this website, lawa.org/ESPN.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com. A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
I'm trying to think, which way did I want to hit you guys with this? I'll go this way. Are we going to talk Gino Smith later? Are we Gino Smith and that whole thing? Brock Heward is a friend of mine. Great man, great player, great family, great school. Went to UW.
He wasn't a teammate. He's younger than you,
He's
right?
younger. I played with his brother. His brother, so I've known Damon Heward.
Yeah.
Played 15 years in the league. He was the first Chase Daniel.
Okay.
He was a high-priced backup that never really started.
Great
but
gig.
Had an entire career. But Brock was a first-rounder. He was the guy. I like him. But he tweeted something out about Gino Smith, and it just kind of got under my skin some because it seems very dog whistle. Gino Smith said to the Seahawks that he felt disrespected by their offer, by their GM. Is it Paul Schneider?
Mm-hmm.
He felt disrespected by the offer. It was low. They lowballed him. That's what Gino said.
Okay.
And it's kind of true when you think about it with what they paid Sam Darnold and what the Raiders are paying Geno Smith. You could have paid Geno Smith in Seattle and kept him there if you're going to pay Sam Darnold that sort of money. So I get it. He responded. He said he felt disrespected and kept it pushing. Brock Heward popped in the other day, and he's up in the Northwest, and I get it. But he called it the disrespect card. The card word bothered me. That's like playing the race card or the female card or whatever card. It's just the card thing.
You're dealing from the deck.
Right. It just felt kind of like, why would you say that, Brock? Like, who are you trying to gain points with by saying that about Geno Smith? You know what I mean? It's just this side of racial.
I can I make the case that it's just an expression?
Right, but you could have said that a whole different way. You could have left out card and took the ambiguity out of it. You know what I mean?
Okay. I understand why it hits you like that.
Yeah.
It just, had you not said it to me like that, I don't think it would have landed like that for me.
It might have been my Twitter feed, and Chris said this. What goes on in your Twitter feed? It's things that are piped into you, and I realize that all Twitters are different. So what's coming through mine might not be coming through yours, and it seems like an onslaught of crap on my Twitter feed
that's
lately.
Twitter.
Yeah, but just more of the race baiting angle stuff, and then there's Geno Smith, and it's just, like I said, just above board.
Yeah.
And then there's Brock Heward, a guy I like, a guy I've known forever. I watched him grow up. I was a big fan of his. I love the work he's doing now. And he's not afraid to stick his nose in topics. But when he dropped the card part, it just bothered me. Like, does that make sense to you?
Yeah, you explaining it like that makes sense to me, but it would have never registered with me like that had you not told me and set it up like that.
Okay. So,
like if I said, I'm trying to think of a good example. If I said I don't leave the house on Sundays card. You know, it's just an expression.
Or that you're playing the I was an NFL player card.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. Like it's just an expression of the blank card, because it became famous with race card, because it became notorious with race card, infamous with race card.
Yeah,
I think is the commonality that you're going for.
Yeah,
but I think it's morphed out of that and just become an expression that we use.
I'm glad it's lit because you've got the biggest deck. You play the gay card, the brown card, the black card, the every kind of card. But it's just
you got a thick deck, Chris.
But when you hear card, you know what he means, right? When you
Yali
hear that.
Crew has a T-shirt that says "Big Deck Energy."
Yes.
I think
I don't know what card that was.
I think the far side needs to be more fun moving forward. But to your
this
point,
is fun. Yeah.
No, to your point, I think Johnny Cochran made it famous in the O.J. Simpson trial when it was the race card.
Exactly.
Right.
So, am I to
don't think
think
you
that
need
Brock didn't know what he was doing with this?
I think,
but just the word card isn't inherently racial,
especially nowadays, because that was 30 years ago. So
right, right.
We've played from we deal from a lot of decks. Everybody's got a deck.
I know, but it seemed very intentional.
That you say it like that. I understand your point.
I got the guy's number, and I like. What do you call that? I wrote out the text 3 or 4 times, and I keep deleting it.
Yeah,
because I'm like, maybe it's a big pile of nothing. You know what I mean? It could be, or maybe I'm just taking it the wrong way. But I'm like, come on, dude, really? You knew what you were doing there. If we were teammates, I'd be like, you knew what you were doing right there.
Unless he wasn't doing that.
He could always hide behind the ignorance.
Let me ask
I
you
didn't know what I was doing.
But sometimes
you knew what you were doing.
But not necessarily.
Yeah.
Like you said yourself, you like this guy.
Love him.
You said he comes from a good family.
Yes.
So does he not deserve the benefit of the doubt?
He's also in the media.
Yeah.
And, you know,
but that doesn't automatically turn you into a dummy.
We get paid to stir things up.
It might, but
yeah, I'm just saying.
But sometimes your intentions might be good, but the reception might not be great, and that means that maybe change the way in which you're intending to be heard.
Or maybe I took the bait. That could have been it. But there's other ways to say what you had to say about that, and it just came off kind of weird there. And not every far side is going to be funny. You know, you've been talking about death since you came back.
Yeah, but it's funny because I didn't die.
Right.
9:54.
Thank you. Hold on, write that down.
Just saying, I mean.
That's it. Yeah. I just wondered I'm glad you said that.
You get a gastroenterologist on your team.
I don't need that yet.
I didn't hear the
sounds
card
like you
thing
might.
until Johnny.
But by the way, I do think that Gino Smith has the right to feel disrespected.
Sure.
If you're being replaced with someone of similar quality of a quarterback, and they're paying him a lot of
quality on that.
lesser quality of a quarterback, let's say that, and he's getting paid a good amount of money, I would feel disrespected. Like, why didn't you just keep me?
True. You know, and Cappy said it last night at Hollywood Park Casino, and he's right. I've always been a fan of the Raiders. I grew up as a Raiders fan, and then obviously I had to switch sides because I became a Ram. But he said he became a Raiders fan because of Pete Carroll and Gino Smith. And I'm like, you know what? I don't hate them because of that. You know, you're actually rooting for them. I hope Pete Carroll and Gino Smith have a hell of a year together. I really do.
I can tell you what they're not going to be. Bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might not be great, but they won't be bad. The floor got raised a ton.
I don't know
what
you do in that division, but they won't be a laughing stock.
Like I said, they might not win 10 games, but they're not going to win 3 or 4 either. The floor came way up to beat them.
Well, before he got here, I guess New England was kind of weird with Pete Carroll.
His first job.
Jets.
His first. He's not the same coach he was then.
Absolutely not.
He's a totally
since then
different guy.
he'll get them right.
All right, you said it. You want to wait until Tuesday to see what that Laker win on Sunday actually means. We'll get into it coming up next. It's Trav. It's DeMarco. It's lit on 710 ESPN. We've talked about getting in accidents. We talked about getting hurt. Joseph S. Normand, somebody that I've called after my son Bobby was in an accident, somebody that I called after I was in an accident right here on the 10 freeway a few years ago. You need somebody that's an expert in these moments. It doesn't just have to be a car accident. Joe's been telling us all sorts of stories about things falling off his shelves and landing and injuries that come along with that. So if you've been hurt in a car accident or really anywhere else, pick up the phone and give the law office of Joseph S. Normand a call. 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. You can also go online at normandlegal.com and let him take a look at your case. Let him figure out exactly what it is the insurance company should do for you and not what they can do for you or what they're willing to do for you, because what they're saying to you is not their best offer. That's not how this works. Joe knows how this works. 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. And when you talk to Joe, make sure he knows that Travis sent you in.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it! That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going, and going, and going! Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Baseball's my favorite sport because you can fail 70% of the time and still be a legend. Like my diet. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Big League Gift Giveaway. Get a pickleball set when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 15th.
Number 2.
The Good Times Pizza Company's brick oven cooks your crust to perfection. Get it to go today.
And the number 1 reason.
Desi Banks. Live April 25th. Get tickets now.
Morongo. Good times.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill. It's for you.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Monday, April 14th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. We'll explore the nation's largest standalone jellyfish exhibit, the all-new Jewels of the Sea, featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish, and set sail on a flavor adventure at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Don't miss the action, the fun, and maybe even a few surprises. Monday, April 14th, 3 to 6 p.m. Live from SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
10 o'clock.
Cause I like the way you look.
Yeah, you know Mr. Brent Wood. We lost him recently, the great Brent Wood, R.I.P. I like the way you love me, DeMarco. On a live imaging Tuesday. The Travis and DeMarco show.
Dang, that's 2 in a row. Super impressive.
You don't know Brent Wood?
You got me on this one, too.
And you've been hanging out in RPV too long.
No, man. I mean, look.
You play this out of the lowrider in RPV, Corey and I are going to get arrested.
This is Brent Wood?
Yeah, Brenton Wood.
Brenton
the
Wood.
Oogum Boogum
Okay.
Man.
That's 2. Okay. Nice.
You better know who Brent Wood is, or the homies are going to come after you.
I've never heard this song in my life.
People like Beto already don't like you. Beto has made it clear he doesn't like you.
Will you stop? Beto loves me.
That's not what he said.
That's what
How
he
was
says.
that boxing thing you went to?
Didn't go, man. We wrecked.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you also snubbed Beto on the boxing
Yeah,
thing?
I couldn't make it. Yeah.
Wow.
It was, well, it's my fault it was last minute.
You better not ride Whittier Boulevard. We're coming after you.
Oh, yeah. Let's just say there's Nordstrom boxes in my house now because I
Don't
screwed,
say that
I
either.
screwed that up. Yes.
What's going on with you, man?
What'd you get?
I forgot something. See, my whole New Year's resolution was to what? Get a calendar. Put everything on the calendar.
Especially with the CTE.
I made it about 2 months. I've eschewed the calendar.
Do you have a paper calendar, or do you put it on your phone?
Old school paper calendar,
Yep.
probably the size of the wall behind you.
Put it on your phone.
Yeah, I know. You sound like them, and I screwed up and I messed up a day.
What do you mean by them?
Them.
talking
in
about
my house, them.
Old, white, retired
No,
cops?
the people in my house.
Like
I
Travis's
messed up a
dressed ass
day.
today?
I blew it again. So
Why is this cop
You're
giving
gonna
you
regret
cop
this.
vibes? Or this shirt giving you
DeMarco
cop
says
vibes?
retired cop vibes?
DeMarco
Why?
said that, not me.
You've been on the job 25 years. You took your pension.
Now you're
good.
retired in Havasu.
Yes. Let me see your ankle.
Yeah, I'm holding, right?
Right. I know you got one down there. Come on.
I like my shirt.
Of course,
the
you
rest
look
of
good.
you can pound sand. I
I'm
like
not
it.
saying anything, man. I'm cool.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jorge.
Yeah,
Thank you
nice
for
shirt.
being a good friend.
Mr. Hen.
I would give you my ID.
When we talk about
And I was
the
giving you a compliment that it didn't fit. That you're so skinny that it didn't fit.
Thank you.
when we talk about
But-
the LA riots, and you kind of go, that's what happens.
Oh,
that's
my
a different
God.
thing, man.
Missed a road trip because of that riot.
What?
We were
Did you
gonna,
really?
Yeah, we were supposed to play Long Beach State that
Oh,
weekend
no.
in Long Beach, and
Wow.
they canceled the road trip.
Well, it was a tough time.
Yeah,
These things happen.
didn't get to go.
These things happen. In that shirt, you're a different person. I can't look at you.
I don't like this. Now I can't wear this shirt anymore.
You got a picture framed in your house with you and Daryl Gates?
No, I don't.
Come on, let's move on.
No, see, we would know. If you called him Chief Gates, we would know.
Chief Gates,
Wow.
right? Yeah, that is a tell, isn't it? The Chief Gates is
Just like
is
when
a
Raiders
tell.
fans were like Mr. Davis at the end, and we're like, listen, Mr. Davis hasn't been Mr. Davis for a while.
Yeah,
I love you, and I love the Raiders.
He was Al.
He was just Al at that point.
He became Al a little bit later on. You want to listen to our show all week long for your chance to win, chance to watch Saturday night's LAFC match at BMO Stadium inside the 710 suite. When you hear the cue to call, you're going to want to be caller number 7, and the winner picks up a 4-pack of suite passes. Listen all week long to Trav and DeMarco for your chance to win only with 710. You were saying that before you could figure out exactly what Sunday's demolishing of the Thunder actually means, you want to see him play again tonight.
Well, it depends on who's going to be up, and this could be a masterstroke by, I'll just give it to JJ.
Okay.
Who's in charge of the Lakers? Like, who's in charge of the Dodgers? It's Andrew Friedman.
Right.
Okay, and then Dave.
Right.
I just want to give this to JJ, even though there might be a brain trust that's making decisions for him.
Go on.
I think it might be a masterstroke by them not to play anybody versus the Thunder tonight. And rest them. Rest Luka, rest LeBron, rest everybody for that game in Dallas. You only need 2 more.
Yeah, they got back-to-backs.
Yeah.
They got tonight and then tomorrow in Dallas. But here's the thing. I don't know if you can be super strategic like that because everybody they have a little bit of a cushion in the 3 where they are right now.
Jam. Yeah.
It's all the way down to the 8.
But the magic number is 2.
Yes.
So you need to get 2 of the next 4. So if you...
But it's OKC, it's Dallas, Houston, and Portland, right?
Yes. So rest up, get the one, and you have to get it in Dallas or this whole strategy blows up. Because you're conceding 1 to the Thunder. You have to get the one in Dallas. If you lose that,
why do you have to
shoot.
concede to the Thunder? Like, what's the advantage of doing that?
Okay, because I think you've already struck that psychological blow.
Okay.
You've beaten them soundly on their floor, and they want some get back. I wouldn't even give you the opportunity. I would just rest my guys. And even if you do play your guys, you could still lose. So everything you gain goes away, and then you got to go to Dallas and beat them. Yeah,
I don't know if they lose if they play their guys. Okay,
Yeah.
Luka plays, Reeves plays, LeBron. They play their people, and they lose. That's the best team in the Western Conference. You get on their home court. Losing to them isn't a big deal.
But as of right now, that's up in the air because you stomped them. So if you, I know, but if you get, it's just a little strategy down the road. I wouldn't give you the chance to get the rematch on me. Because I already got the psychological advantage by beating you. So I'm not going to give you that second chance at it. Rest the guys up. Give Luka a chance to go back to Dallas.
What if it's
fresh
the opposite?
And ready?
What if it's the opposite? What if they go in there and beat them again? Now you're talking about having a real psychological advantage. Because, look.
I'm with you,
I get the idea of not wanting them to get the win back, whatever. But if I go in there and beat them twice in 3 days, if they play their guys, and I know that they're waiting for them at some point down in the future in a playoff matchup, that is a real advantage.
Okay.
Because if I'm the Thunder, I could look at Sunday. If everybody plays tonight and we win again,
and they're going to play everybody,
and the universe is square again. And I can chalk up Sunday to. It's just one of those nights that happens once in a while. Mm-hmm. That they had a good night, didn't have a good night.
You're talking from
whatever.
the Thunder's perspective.
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
But if the Lakers can beat them again, and they go out there, and whether it's by a single point or by 26 again, now all of a sudden it's like I do have a little something.
Love
on you
that,
guys.
but I'm not so certain. And like I said, I was going to wait till Tuesday anyway because you could lose that game and then wear yourself out for Dallas and Luka's return and lose that one, and then you got to win the next 2.
Yeah, okay.
To finish everything up, the pressure's on you. So give you this one, rest up, give you the best possible chance to beat Dallas, which you should anyway, and then get one of the next 2, and you're golden. You've already beaten Houston. I think the smart thing is just go ahead and let the Thunder play against my second and third team.
Don't play with the gods, though. I
don't think it's playing with the God. I think that's the smart move, especially if they're guys that are beat up anyway.
But Emily's right, because when he tried that the last time, it didn't work out well.
Well, you still got to ramp up for Dallas. You're not tanking the season.
Your point, all the points seem to make sense. Emily's point is right. Don't mess with the gods, because he did that once a few weeks ago. It didn't turn out great. Travis's point is, if you are a playoff team, if you are a team that can win the finals, you're going to have to do this. So you got to show.
And you could get a real psychological advantage. You beat them twice in 3 days, both in OKC. That's a real blow.
But you could also lose that game.
But that
yeah,
tells
but there's
us
no
more.
shame in losing to the number 1 seed.
But it doesn't really eliminate or take away what you've done by beating them by 26 points. But it does kind of level the playing field. You've taken away what you've done with that.
Look, I think the Lakers.
Wouldn't Thunder fans right now be saying tonight if the Thunder blow them away, and the Lakers fans or Lakers say, well, we didn't play anybody. Thunder fans are going, yeah, you were scared to play us.
Good. So what? Who cares? I'll see you down the road.
Think about it like this.
You're still going to have to chew on a 26-point loss.
The Lakers
with our guys.
already got what they needed to get done on the trip to OKC. Think about every playoff series that you go into, and what does the road team say when the series starts? We want to go in there and get a split of the first 2 games. They've already at least guaranteed themselves that.
Now
I get it.
Now you're talking.
But they also say when they win that first game, we want to leave here 2-0 because all of a sudden you've got some momentum. You're coming back home. I think that the momentum is worth the potential because losing to OKC, it's like, okay, whatever.
I think it'd be smarter to rest your guys and get the win in Dallas.
You could still lose to Dallas.
I don't think you'll lose in Dallas.
You absolutely could.
But I would rather bank on Luka going off because you know he's going to. And if you give LeBron and said group the day off, they're going to be more energized.
I think the idea that you can pick which game you're going to win is incredibly risky.
Well, I think this is what they're going to do. And like I said, I agree with the move. If you're not going to play anybody against OKC, that's smart to me. But they might go out there and try to play and lose that game.
They got 4 games left.
To get
you
2.
got to win 2.
Right.
I'm going to keep trying my damnedest to win every game until I get the 2, and then I can get guys off their feet.
Okay.
Once I get my 2, maybe it's against Houston, maybe it's against Portland, then I can get guys and rest them. But until then, because
why would I do that in the back-to-back?
They could win tonight. It's going to be a back-to-back. Some of those guys that play tonight are going to have to play tomorrow.
If you let this one go, you play in Dallas, you get a day off, then you play again. So you still get you're dialing in your rest. This is the best way to get the best out of your team.
I'll lose tonight to win tomorrow.
Well, I'm not saying you lose tonight.
Brings all sorts of weirdness coming in on what would that be, Wednesday?
I'm just if I'm JJ, I'm telling the guys that are playing tonight, we're still trying to get this win. It's just not going to be with them.
Let's put it in football terms. When people talk about sitting at the end of the season, does it not always come up eventually in the playoffs? Does it not always you go, you know what? Why do wild card teams somehow win Super Bowls? Because they got that adrenaline. They keep winning.
Yeah.
Chiefs, let's sit it. We're so far ahead. Okay. And then at some point, it comes up.
You need 2 more wins to get the 3 seed. And I'm trying to see how this relates to football. Because
what I'm saying is to the point of
if
why
you've got it all wrapped up in football.
If you're so good, why not just keep playing?
But if you've got it all wrapped up, say you're a 15-win team.
Right.
And you're coming to the end of the year, you'd be stupid to play your guys. They could get hurt moving forward.
They could, but they could also lose that little chip, that little something that wild card teams sometimes have.
I don't think you're going to lose it by sitting them 1 game.
Okay.
I don't think Luka, LeBron, anybody you sit tonight is going to lose their mojo, their momentum, their whatever by sitting them 1 game against the Thunder when you're playing with some house money.
Luka is a top 5 guy when he's on. Yeah. When he's not, he's not. He's got a flow coming off a Sunday. I would keep playing.
There's a line in Bull Durham that applies to what we're talking about right here, and it's when you're on a winning streak, you don't mess with it. When things are going well, you keep doing what you're doing. That you do not tempt the gods. That you do not go out there and do. And for the last 10 days or so, they've been pretty good. They beat the Grizzlies. They beat the Rockets. They had a tough loss to the Warriors, and then they've won against New Orleans, who stinks, and they killed the Thunder.
Crushed the Thunder.
So I would be inclined to not try to overthink this. Let's just play again. We got a night off, and if maybe you win, then all of a sudden you don't have to win in Dallas.
Or you get stomped by 30.
Maybe. I mean,
or SGA gets the line 25 times.
So, okay, but that if they're losing by 30, then get them off their feet at halftime or whatever it is. Like it isn't black and white. You can look at this and say, let's see how this unfolds. By the way, even if you go in there and play them and you lose by 5 points and it's a game, that's a huge confidence builder for the Lakers.
Dallas healthy with a healthy and rested Luka. And we're going to put on a show there and get the last one. One of the last 2.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean,
versus losing and then
it's more likely
having to get 2 of the next 3.
But you're presupposing a lot. They looked really good against them a couple of nights ago. Really good. Maybe one of their best games of the season.
But I don't think that's going to go away because you skipped 1. I don't think that goes away. I actually think it might increase the chances of doing it again in
Oklahoma
Dallas.
City is by far the best team in the West, right?
I don't know that anymore.
Well, because of one game?
They have the best record. Everybody said it. I mean, after that game, no one's certain about Oklahoma City anymore coming out of the West. Don't look at me shocked. Everybody's been saying that.
In a 7-game series?
We've had
they're heavy favorites.
We've had
in
to
the West.
slow people down about the Lakers being the coming out of the West.
They're heavy, like in Vegas, and they're heavy Western Conference favorites. So it's going through there. A chance to beat them twice, to get a little momentum, to start feeling good about it. You're going to have to go back in there. The more good vibes that you have with them, I think the better. And just I think saying one and kind of punting on it.
I think you're going to see them later, and you've already struck that blow.
I think you are too.
Yeah.
I think you are going to
see them later. Oh, no doubt. You're not getting through this or getting past or getting out of the West without seeing them.
So there's another thing at play, staying in the 3 as opposed to their opponent in the 5 or the 6, and it could be the first time we ever see it. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Monday, April 14th.
.com for your no obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hello, I'm Richard Navarro, General Manager at Fleming Steakhouse and Wine Bar in downtown Los Angeles, where unforgettable dining meets the heart of the city. Whether it's prime steaks, fresh seafood, or a handcrafted cocktail, we're here to make your next experience out exceptional. Call us today at 213-745-9911 to reserve your next table. We're open for lunch and dinner. Fleming's, where great steaks, good times. Call at 213-745-9911.
When you stay in your home, what you love gets to stay too. From the gardens that grow wild to the grandkids that run wilder. From the Friday night baseball games to the Sunday morning brunches. Even the daily crosswords and weekly book clubs. There's room for it all with help from Home Instead, the largest in-home senior care network with over 30 years of trusted experience delivering the peace of mind you deserve. Visit Home Instead online for a better what's next.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, JOEQ. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This PGA Tour moment is brought to you by True Green.
Tiger Woods' victory at the 2019 Masters will go down as one of his most dramatic. It had been 14 years since his last victory at Augusta National. And it was 11 years since he won a major, not to mention 2 years since he felt his career was over due to injury.
There was no future. I just wanted to be able to walk again.
With a dramatic victory, Tiger joined Jack Nicklaus as the only players to win the Masters in 3 different decades.
True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Oh, there we go. Little Aaron Neville. 10:18 on a live imaging Tuesday. Travis and Marco show. We like to play the homeboy oldies during this. You know this one, right?
Yes, I just keep seeing a mole, though. But yeah.
Well, Aaron Neville had the mole.
Yeah.
You know, his version of the Christmas song that he did in the mid-'90s, not to take anything away from
I love
Nat
Aaron
King Cole.
Neville. Yeah.
But it was smooth.
Yeah, very.
He also did a version of Baby I'm For Real, too, the song You Did It Now by the Originals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where I heard it from.
Maybe.
I love this voice, though.
Oh, he's great. Pot it up. Our ratings just went up.
If you
We're playing the homeboy over. Anyway, well, what are you? We got LAFC tickets. Sweet tickets on this show coming up.
No Angels trivia today.
No Angels trivia. We'll get Mario on to do some LAFC. Hey, I heard my name. Let's do some LAFC trivia.
Cappy's Mario is terrific.
No, it is.
But
his
terrific.
Trump is pretty good too. Shohei Ohtani. Do it. Hit it.
Shohei Ohtani.
That should be his
What did he
walk-up.
complimented his movie star good looks yesterday?
Did he really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't look real. He does.
Shohei or Trump?
Shohei doesn't
Oh.
look real.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw him he was on the side of a bus, an advertisement with Shohei.
Was it his face cream? I think
It
that's,
might have
I
been
think
his
that's
face.
the one I've seen.
I couldn't take my eyes
I
off
got to get
him.
some of that
Yeah.
Shohei face cream.
Did you see how he's like doing his home run trot celebration is face cream related?
Can you do it for the camera?
Yeah,
Kyle?
heck yeah.
Can you do it for the camera?
Ka-ching.
No. The one he goes like this.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that-
Is that what it is? That's
Yeah,
the
it's
face cream.
that one product.
Yeah. Wow.
He's got a lot of products.
I haven't asked you yet.
We'll get to
3-0.
it.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
Okay. I asked Bergman. He
Yes.
almost exploded in the room. I can't
Which
wait
one?
to hear
About
this.
what? Sorry.
Never mind. I'll wait.
Shohei
A double shy
Ohtani.
of a cycle.
And he's
you're
the
down.
and he's the tying run.
He's the tie and run.
There's a perfect comparison that we'll get to in just a bit.
You know, I live 5 minutes from Angel Stadium,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes these walks take. I'll go the other way around OC Vibe that they're building out, the great OC Vibe, and you see Angel Stadium, and you'd think it was Ohtani and Mike Trout.
It's remarkable. And Chris, okay, since you brought it up.
Your favorite topic.
It's
Angels Trivia, 11 a.m.
It's not just that they weren't very good, and they weren't for his 6 years that he was there. He was there 6 years, okay? And by the way, he won 2 MVPs,
Right.
and he won the Rookie of the Year. He was Shohei from the moment he showed up. This was not a slow build.
No.
He was terrific day one and was terrific on the last day of year 6.
Right.
Not only did they not win, look at the fire hose of money that the Dodgers turned on in Japan.
That's the thing.
The money, you can't collect it fast enough
Right.
because of what he has brought to you from the Japanese market.
It's like Pablo Escobar in the 80s.
At some point, it's lost its value.
Wrecked airplanes everywhere.
The Angels were never able to harness that revenue stream. Now, I know they made some money in Japan, but look at the difference between these two things.
They didn't know, or would he not allow them to do it?
It's not up to them.
Yeah,
they or to him, I should say.
Right.
They part of the reason, one
How
thing
could
that I've
you
heard
not
speculated
know?
about. No,
Yeah.
they knew.
They had to.
Because I'm losing my train of thought.
Go ahead.
One of the reasons that they did not trade him in the middle of year 5 or in the middle of year 6 was that they were afraid of losing all their inside revenue, the signing revenue, right? The revenue that comes in from the signage inside your ballpark is yours. You don't have to share it. It's one of those revenue streams that's entirely yours. And they had a nice, healthy revenue stream from Japan, Japanese advertisers that were in just Angel Stadium
So
because
they were
of
thinking small
Ohtani.
potatoes.
So, yes, this was a short-term play to no end.
That's embarrassing.
And the Dodgers bring this man over.
Yeah.
They unlock the dam. The money's just flowing in. They surround him with really good players. They win right away. His celebrity magnifies to, I don't know, what, 10, 20, 100 times what it was.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't it almost feels like he wasn't in the major leagues until last year.
That's what it seems like.
It is true.
Like he came out of nowhere.
And now all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, look at this. It's like, and it's not like it was in Kansas City. It's not like it was in Milwaukee or Minnesota. He was in Los Angeles or at least Southern California.
You know what I don't did the Dodgers know about him when the Angels got him?
Everybody
knew about him.
Yeah.
The Dodgers tried to get him 2 different times, and they failed in both of them for a variety.
Before he got to the Angels.
The first time when he was coming out of high school, they made an aggressive play to get him to just forego the NPB and come to the American leagues right away.
And that fell flat because
he wanted to stay over there. He did not want to do that. So that's miss one.
Okay.
Miss 2 was when he decided he wanted to come over here and basically said, pitch me on your location. Keep in mind, at the time, the universal DH was not in the National League, which meant you weren't going to be able to use him as a DH in the National League on days he wasn't pitching. You're going to have to find a place for him to go and play, which would have been a whole nother. Now you're asking him to do 3 things at a high level. So the American League was the destination, and the Angels happened to be the child. The second the universal DH was in, the second that there was no more restrictions on where you could put him and all these things,
the Dodgers
he
became
came to the
attractive
Dodgers.
to him.
Yes.
Okay, that makes
they were
sense.
on him for basically 10 years.
Well, I mean, you almost can't blame the Angels for thinking small. They thought they had it all figured out, but that's got to be embarrassing. I'm taking your idea and making more money with it than you ever had.
It's not. The Dodgers didn't invent this. They just said, that's the most famous baseball player in the world. Let's go start to cash in on that.
Right.
This was not a hidden secret that they unlocked. It was Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, that's the drop. Shohei
Ohtani. That's crazy.
Shohei Ohtani.
And they didn't win more games than they lost.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Roger Lodge coming up today at 3 on AM. Our friends, our partner over at 8 AM 8:30.
Wow. Crazy.
The Sports Lodge.
Crazy.
Does he still do that Halo honk bit? He still does the Halo honks?
I would think.
Well, we're going to be in the middle of Lakers coverage, so maybe I'll listen to Roger.
Swing the bat.
Greg Bergman and I should go down there and just like, hey, you're a Halo honk? This is Dodger honk. You guys do a show together.
The honk. What do we call it? Honk Haven?
Honk Haven?
Honk Haven?
Wow.
That was where
Sounds like
DeMarco
a
used to
bar.
go, but that's a different thing.
Sounds like a bar.
Go ahead,
urban
Trev, what do you
cowboy.
got?
All right, here's what I got. So Lakers are in the 3 right now, and they're likely to stay there. Not guaranteed, but likely. Okay?
Probably. Two more. You got it. Yeah.
So as of today, they would still play the Golden State Warriors in the first round,
Yes,
which I know you're
sir.
very bullish on.
Yes, I know, and I know why you don't want to play them. I agree with you, but it'll be fun.
The team that the Warriors are tied with, they are both 46 and 32. Are the
everybody's
Los
tied at 30.
Angeles Clippers.
Yeah, everybody's at 32 losses, right?
They are.
Yeah.
But right now, the Clippers hold the tiebreaker against the Warriors. The pressure that would come along with a first-round series against the Clippers is a very different sort of pressure that would come along with playing Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler.
Okay, so you and Mason, and this is it's John Ireland that's kind of driving this in my brain. You guys want to avoid or want the easiest path to a championship, and that's the smart route, right? You want to avoid the good teams.
I'd rather get a softer on-ramp than have to clear a high hurdle as my first attempt.
Okay, I like the high hurdle stuff.
Sure.
I love the challenge of playing the Warriors. I love all that. That intrigues me. That gets my goat going. But the one thing I don't want to do is face the. I don't want to call them the local loser, but how about the little brother of L.A.? I don't want to face them in the playoffs because it means way more to them than it does to you. Just knocking you out would be their championship.
That's what I'm getting at.
Right.
If they play the Warriors in the first round, here's the pressure. It's LeBron versus Steph. It's the 2 great players of their generation.
If you're basketball, you want that.
Sure. And I get it. It would be incredible TV. The pressure is almost equal on both of them, right? That the Warriors have won, 4 titles in the last 8 or 9 years, whatever
Dynasty
it is.
genre,
LeBron
whatever.
James is LeBron James. He's got Luka. He's got Jimmy Butler. They're both highly
It's an era clash.
It's an era clash,
Yeah.
and the pressure is almost equal on both.
Right.
What you just described, though, about the pressure with the Lakers and the Clippers, it goes whoop.
Can you imagine if James Harden sent Luke and LeBron home?
And all of a sudden, if you get yourself in a little bit of a hole, it becomes a totally different dynamic.
Right.
Now, do I think...
Sorry, guys.
Sure.
Going to come in here with something. Shams Charania just tweeted this about 23 seconds ago. The Denver Nuggets have fired Coach Mike Malone.
What?
Michael Malone.
It is a final.
Wow.
Right before the playoff starts.
Yay!
Wow, the NBA is really firing coaches at random times.
Weird.
That's so weird.
Wow. Why would you fire him now?
They are on a 4-game losing streak. They're supposed to play Sacramento Kings tomorrow.
They're 47-32. They're a game and a half behind the Lakers for the 3. They are a half a game out of the 5.
Breaking news on 710 ESPN and ESPN LA, presented by our friends at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Go ahead, Trav.
SoCalOilChange.com for coupons and locations near you.
Beautiful.
Wow.
That is stunning.
Shocked.
Stunning.
Makes me happy, I think. Who's taking over?
He'd been there a long time, too.
And they were very patient with him.
Yeah.
When the Nuggets were on their rebuild, he's the voice at the airport. When you're
that's
on
right.
the train,
You're right.
he says, "Hi, it's me, Michael Malone.
You're right.
You're welcome to Denver." Like, what's happening?
Okay.
Not anymore.
Let's just... Your first thought is
He's going to hear
what?
himself on the way out the
Yeah, on his outbound flight. Yeah.
It depends on who's taking over for him, but that's good for us. That's turmoil. That can't be good for any team losing their coach going into the postseason.
No, it's not even like going. It's the postseason starts next week.
Well, yeah, I mean you're basically there now when you think about it. So this cannot be good for them to lose their head coach, unless this is addition by subtraction.
So, a couple of things raced through my head. Number one, Jokic must have been okay with this. There's no way they're doing this
First
without
thought in
his
my mind.
blessing if they don't do that. And number two is, and I'm not saying this, but anytime somebody gets fired at a weird point in the calendar is what'd he do? It's just, and I'm not saying he did anything. My first thought is when a guy gets fired at a weird time, it's like, what happened? Right? It could be health. It could be a weird thing. It could be the owner whispered in his ear and says, "Hey, what do you think about Malone?" And Jokic says, "I don't know,
I
man.
don't like him.
I really don't give him much thought at all. I'm not a huge fan." Oh,
bye.
Whack.
Yep.
Malone is the winningest coach in franchise history, and he has been with the team since 2015.
He's been there 10 years.
Why would you fire him now?
And 10 great years for the Denver Nuggets.
First ever title. They've been in the that's wild.
And this is just another tweet from Shams Charania. Just the Nuggets dismissed Malone in a meeting this morning. And said what I just said. He's the winningest coach in franchise history since being hired in 2015 and led the Nuggets to the 2023 NBA championship.
Right.
So this is 2 coaches within a week that have been fired before the playoffs.
I got a lot of questions about this. We'll pick this up at 10:45. We're going to do a little fact or cap coming up next. Michael Malone as coach of the Denver Nuggets. He doesn't like Mike. He likes Michael. Fact or cap coming up next. Trav DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, have you ever had to deal with chafing? I do too. See, he thinks it's funny, but it's a real thing. Whether it was back in the playing days or just out for my morning walk or afternoon walks, look, chafing sucks. It hurts sometimes too. That's why I always keep Highlands Chafing Relief on deck. I keep this in the car. I keep it in my gym bag. I keep it in my locker. Yes, I still have a locker. Very important. It goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put all day long, even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. And it smells pretty good, too. It doesn't smell like medicine. So think about that. If you've already got some chafing, like a lot of us do, you're not alone. Highlands Chafing Relief soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. I mean, just a lot of there. So whether you're running, riding, hiking, or just dealing with the heat, Highlands Chafing Relief has your back and your thighs and your arms. You get the idea. You shouldn't have to stop doing what you love just because of chafing. Trust me. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference. Available now at Walmart and Target.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Some people hate me, some people hate Ireland, some people... It's what makes the world go around.
They hate me.
But I think most people hate me, don't they?
Nobody hates you.
People
love
you.
Why
They
is
hate
that?
all
you
of
are
us
the
except
least
you.
hated person at this station.
Why? I'm an obnoxious dummy. Why is it
But
that I
because
can't
They love that you're an obnoxious dummy.
Oh, okay.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Next Gen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. Spring is here, and that means it's time for a fresh start. Did you know indoor air can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air? Dust, allergens, and pollutants build up in your ductwork and circulate through your home and can affect your family's health. Next Gen is offering ESPN LA listeners a special spring cleaning deal to help you enjoy cleaner, safer air all season long. For a limited time, homeowners can redeem a whole home air purifier, a $1,250 value, free with any whole home duct system replacement. That's right, remove dust, allergens, and pollutants so you and your family can breathe cleaner, healthier air every day of the week. They're there for you 7 days a week with 5-star service because your family's safety and comfort are always a top priority. Don't wait. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN today to start breathing cleaner, safer air tomorrow.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Monday, April 14th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. We'll explore the nation's largest standalone jellyfish exhibit, the all-new Jewels of the Sea, featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish, and set sail on a flavor adventure at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Don't miss the action, the fun, and maybe even a few surprises. Monday, April 14th, 3 to 6 p.m., live from SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego, open your world to something amazing.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives. We partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
It's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi Personal Loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
say?
Hi, guys.
I am.
What'd you say?
So
He
new,
called you a honky.
Did
more
you
new
really?
Things. More new things. Okay, so if you just got into your car and you didn't see last segment, the Denver Nuggets have fired Michael Malone with 5 games left in the season. They are sitting at the 4 seed. He is the winningest head coach in franchise history, and he led the Nuggets to the championship in 2023.
What do you think he did?
They have also fired their general manager, Calvin Booth.
Oh my God!
It is a final.
Wow.
So they are clearing house. They are obviously frustrated with what's happening with the Nuggets organization. Stan Kroenke is the owner of the Denver Nuggets. He is a owner that knows what he wants. So maybe this is what he wants. This is crazy.
He hasn't fired Sean McVay yet.
The
so,
timing of this is wild.
It is wild. And here's the thing.
Wild.
I don't think Stan Kroenke came up with this. So whoever pitched this idea to Stan Kroenke or whoever the next level is
I think
under
his son runs the Nuggets.
What's the plan?
Yeah.
We're going into the playoffs. We're gonna fire the head coach and the GM. What's our next plan?
We can dissect this and we will, but there's no possible way you do this today, 5 games before the end of the season. And by the way, they're still in a pretty good spot. I know Murray's hurt. Unless Jokic is like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Like the NBA is the one
something else happened,
or there's something that they had no choice. Get him out of the building now.
Yeah.
Like, but why would the GM be involved in that?
Listen,
maybe unless you were doing it together.
Maybe there's emails.
Maybe he was putting on that.
Wow.
He was putting on that Serbian dance music this morning. He got all riled up.
The lead assistant, David Adelman, will serve as the interim head coach.
I wonder if that's
for
a
the
Rick
Nuggets the rest of the
Adelman
season.
offspring. Probably.
See, your brain works just like mine.
Yeah.
Al, yes. Go ahead.
So I'm going to continue on with Factor Cap, but we will talk more about this in the next segment. But just so with that news, we can now call him Mike Malone. Travis Factor Cap.
Well, no, if the man wants to be called Michael, he should be called Michael. If
Like
Teoscar
Teoscar
Hernandez wants to be called Teoscar instead of Teo, he gets to be Teoscar. We get to
Matthew
decide
Stafford.
how we would like to be addressed.
DeMarco.
I'm going fact. Yeah, you're no longer the head coach of the Nuggets. You can be Mike again.
Mikey.
There's no repercussion for calling you Mike now. I don't have to call you Michael.
No, you still call it. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Chris.
You still have to call him Michael. You still got to put it. He's won ahead. He won a championship.
I don't have to now.
He's going to be
no
back.
longer
He'll
the
be
coach
back
of the
in
Nuggets.
5 seconds.
How long is he on the market for?
Oh, until next
when does
season.
training camp
There you
open
go.
Exactly.
for the
And
teams that don't make the playoffs?
As soon as you get a job, I'll call you Michael
The
again.
Denver Nuggets at 10:39 on a Tuesday. You are gutless scumbags.
Why are they gutless?
For firing their coach right now.
We don't know what happened yet.
Maybe it's gutful.
Yeah, maybe they're right. Maybe they did something. I don't know. Who does this?
Exactly. Go
Yes.
ahead, Em.
Right. So next up, apparently there was a flash mob that happened in the
We're
Grove.
still doing that?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It feels like we're back in 2008 for
Yeah.
a million different reasons. So now there's flash mobs back again. So my statement is, you enjoy a flash mob. You watch the video. DeMarco, Factor Cap.
Cap. I'm praying someday I get caught in a flash mob. I'm praying I'm there. It happens someday. That'll be one hell of a video. One hell of a video.
What would you do?
What would your move be?
The mob would be running from one guy. Yes.
I'm picturing like the bull in Pamplona
Kind
where
of.
it's chasing
Yeah.
people.
That's it. I'm going to catch one of them.
Chris, you like a flash mob.
Now, can you describe? Maybe I'm a little out of date on this one. What exactly is a flash mob?
When it starts with like one person dancing and then it turns into 20, 30, 40 people
I'm all in.
dancing.
And it's a
all in.
Are you really?
Choreographed and planned.
I'm just trying to get coffee.
So it's like 40 people doing the pony? That's
Sure,
kinda weird.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm out then. I'm out.
There you
Cap.
go.
What if we did it the man days and got some listeners in on it? Then you'd like it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we got Pony ready?
I mean, I did it yesterday on no shit.
There we go.
Oh, my God.
You see that move?
He just fell. Genuine just fell off stage.
Travis,
Really
do you
did.
like a flash mob?
No, Cap. Look, choreographed large dances are not my jam.
Thank you.
And like DeMarco said, I'm there to get a cup of coffee, and all you at Starbucks jump up and start dancing at the same time. I'm out. It's not for me.
Jorge.
Absolutely, and Travis, you should join me, man. Let's do
Come
it
on.
together. Come on.
No, thank you.
Just trying to buy some toilet
I'll show you
paper.
the steps.
Yeah. And some celery.
Left, right, left,
No.
left, right,
Two-step,
left.
baby, two-step. Stay
How
right
old
here.
it is? It showed up in an episode of Glee. That's how old it is.
my God.
Wow.
All right, so Chris, you watched the last 20 minutes of White Lotus.
I did.
But
The
also
only 20 minutes I've
the
watched.
final 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So obviously you have all the spoilers. My statement though is before you say anything,
Oh.
you are allowed to spoil White Lotus today. You're allowed to say who dies, when they die,
But when
how
I
they
tried
die today.
when I tried to earlier in the prep meeting, you guys yelled at me, so maybe I'm not.
No,
allowed.
she did.
So, but what's your thought? Factor cap.
So here's the thing. HBO is real. I said this to Stephanie on Sunday night. Through all the years, and it's odd, we watched an episode of The Sopranos last night when we got from, because I was looking for something. Through decades of television, HBO seems to be the one place that can still do it, where they create must-see TV still. We saw it with Succession. We're seeing it with White Lotus. It goes all the way back to Sex and the City, The Wire, Sopranos.
That HBO Sunday night slot is gold.
It still is. Everybody, if you don't want, because on Sunday night, the reason it happened is Stephanie put it on and said, I have to finish it, because I got to her house, and she said, or I can't go on the internet tomorrow, because everyone's going to be talking about it. No other platform creates that anymore in this day and age.
They've had a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
So I say fact, because the last time when we talked about Succession, I got all these hate DMs about how I spoiled Succession, and it was a week later.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
And Mace got it because he did it the next day. So I'm going to say fact. It's still a spoiler alert. I think a week is fair. I think 1 week is fair.
Okay.
So next Monday, I could talk about my thoughts on the only 20 minutes I've ever seen.
All right, Travis, you can spoil White Lotus today.
Yeah, go ahead. In fact, and again, this is my answer.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking for everyone else. You could tell me the entire story arc and conclusion and big twist of White Lotus, and I would forget it by Friday afternoon. Like, that stuff doesn't stick to me. I get that it does. I'll use this one. Like, this is the first time I ever heard it. Luke, I am your father. Right?
Yes.
Like, and everybody's like, no, you can't say that. Can you? And I get that. Like, that's a thing that I remember from my childhood.
That's also important to the finale of White Lotus.
Why'd you do that, man? I just said next Monday.
Wow.
So I'm just saying.
I watched the show for 20 minutes. I get it.
There is nothing you could tell me that I wouldn't forget almost immediately. So I don't care. Spoil whatever you want.
And the guy Denzel shot in Training Day pops up. That was
Is
a
he
surprise.
talking about Scott?
Breathe, dog.
Breathe, dog.
Okay. Great scene. And it's No, I Am Your Father, not Luke.
Oh, you're
that
right.
was Chris Farley.
You're right.
I'd usually go 3 days. I think that's fair. For movies, that gives you the weekend.
Breathe, dog.
So if it comes out on Friday, you don't see it Saturday, Sunday. By Monday, I'm allowed to talk about it. So I'll give you 3
Dog
days.
with Shohei Ohtani.
Breathe, dog.
I gotta set it up.
Yeah.
I do think there's a difference between, like, I could talk to Chris casually in a public setting today, off air, but I think it's the on-air part of it that gets me a little,
We've got
little
microphones.
finicky.
Yeah.
All right, Jorge, you can spoil White Lotus today.
Yeah, you know me. Who cares? You didn't watch it on the day. The next day you're gonna see it on Twitter anyway. People are gonna spoil it for you. So you
that
can't
is
avoid
true.
it anymore.
I think that's part of the reason that spoilers don't bother me is because I'm not super online.
Right.
You're not looking for
I
it.
don't.
Yeah,
I'm
tell
not,
me about it.
I'm not going to run into it. I don't care.
My family members who also watch White Lotus, my two sisters, they don't go on Twitter. So it actually does mean something if I have to say, did you watch, before I can launch into any other discussion.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
That's White Lotus.
That's White Lotus.
Let's talk about Michael
The
Malone.
White
Michael
Lotus
Malone
talk.
is fired. And refresh my memory, the name of the general manager?
The general manager's name is Calvin Booth.
Calvin Booth, also sacked as general manager of the Denver Nuggets. They have 5 games left in their season. They're still in a pretty good spot in the Western Conference. I got to try to figure out what this all means. We'll continue that conversation. Factor Cap's brought to you by the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices in your legal team, but with Joe, family always comes first. Give him a call, 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000, or visit normandlegal.com. It's coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Shohei Ohtani.
Breathe, dog.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Two of the biggest titans in all of CONCACAF. Los Angeles Football Club, Inter Miami CF. Battle it out for one spot in the CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinal.
Shot from 22 and in! Ordaz has scored! It's a golazo!
Last week, leg 1 was a thrill at BMO Stadium. Leg 2 in Miami will not disappoint. LAFC versus Inter Miami.
What's it going to take them out over there in leg 2?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Pre-game starts tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Some people hate me, some people hate Ireland, some people... It's what makes the world go around.
They hate me.
But I think most people hate me, don't they?
Nobody hates you.
Nobody
People
hates
love
me.
you.
Why
They
is
hate
that?
all
You're
of us
the
except
least
you.
hated person at this station.
Why? I'm an obnoxious dummy. Why is it that I
because
can't
They love that you're an obnoxious dummy.
Oh, okay.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Oh, hello, stranger.
Hello, stranger.
From Laura to Jorge in West Covina.
What you say to a mouse or a rat that shows up in your house? Hello, stranger.
No, that is a love song. Kidding. Hey, Spider, he's been gone a long time out of town. I can't wait for you to be home, baby. And then Art LeBeau would be, we're going to play it right now on KRLA. 10:48 on a live imaging Tuesday.
Why is it always Spider?
Well,
Spider's the one your go-to.
He's locked up for a few years.
Spider
he's
or
away.
Smiley.
Hey, Smiley. That was in training day.
He's away. Spider's away for a while.
Nuggets got rid of their head coach and their GM this morning. Breaking news on 710 ESPN. Presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Go to SoCalOilChange.com.
For coupons and locations near
I need
you.
an oil change. I might go to.
You should go.
Me too.
In and out in 15 minutes.
I had In-N-Out last night.
Did you?
They may be the most trusted restaurant for me in Southern California because of the salt-free burger.
Okay.
Not salt-free. No added salt hamburger, and no added salt fries.
Okay.
For somebody that's got to watch sodium at this point right now with everything I'm going through, and probably the rest of my life. Yeah, 10:49, almost died. So you can trust them when you say no salt added, because sometimes you go to places and you think, oh, they're going to have a low sodium thing, and they kind of look at you like, eh.
Yeah.
Our friends downstairs at Lazy Dog do an amazing job because it's a scratch kitchen. So they make me a great salad with balsamic and olive oil on the side where no salt added.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. DeMarco, what are you watching on TV?
I'm watching Mel Kiper blow his stack over Shedeur Sanders again.
Draft talk at 10:50.
Yeah, just has there been a more scrutinized draft pick in the last 10 years?
Yeah, because of who his dad is.
I know, but
His
I'm
dad
just trying to
doesn't
think.
shut up.
Has anybody been talked about this much?
I'm not going to be able to say
this
this person or that person, but I feel like every single year there's a guy that we focus on to a degree that just is out of proportion.
I'm trying to think who was last year's guy.
I don't
that
remember.
we obsessed over, but either draft him or don't draft him. It's annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we got a lot of
got a
hours
lot of
to
days
fill
in between.
We got a lot of hours
The
to
NFL
fill every
draft
day.
gets higher ratings than everything else
I know.
other than NFL games. So, of course, it's a huge business.
I just wonder what he's blowing his stack over. Is he pro or against Shedeur? I don't know. That's funny.
He's got him going number 9. He can't be that against.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
How many years has Mel milked this for? Like 30
Forever.
40?
Yeah, closer to. I mean,
as long as
remember
I've
in
been
the
alive,
early
right?
80s.
Yeah.
And so here, that's 40 years.
I think he's answered Bill Polian's question. Yeah, who the hell is
Who
Mel
the hell
Kiper?
is this guy?
Me.
He's the guy that's made a living talking about the draft.
If you don't know that story, what is the the 30 for 30 that's mentioned in. I think it's the 83 one.
It
with
is.
L,
Was it
yeah.
all the quarterbacks?
With Elway
okay.
and watch that 30 for 30 because you learn so much about the history of the NFL draft.
You learn about the history of the NFL draft
and Kevin Demoff's dad.
Marvin Demoff.
Yes.
And you also, it goes to show you where the NFL was then and where it is now. The NFL, it's like all these literal rotary telephones in a room with a little logo of each team above the phone. It's the most antiquated thing in the world to what it's become now, where you're moving it from city to city. It's got a Super Bowl level amount of hype surrounding it.
The
It's just
tech around the game.
in a relatively short amount of
in
time.
our lifespan.
It's like Friday night I watched Air finally, which is shocking considering
You hadn't seen it?
I'm such a Michael Jordan
What'd
guy.
you think?
It came on after Moneyball on AMC. And I was in my den
It's good
because I was kind of resting. I didn't want to go upstairs. Long story. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I thought it was great. And when, when they talk about the NBA, why would we invest in the NBA? They taped away the finals. To think about where sports was and to think about now, even the NBA finals, they can't compare it obviously to the Super Bowl or anything, but it's still so huge. And we talk about it, and you have 24/7 sports television, sports media, and sports radio. It's incredible to think.
So I loved that movie. I thought it was terrific.
It was.
I have a good friend of mine is formerly, he's retired now.
Former friend or
former employee of Nike.
Oh, okay.
Okay, still a friend. He worked for Nike for decades. And I was talking with him, like, did you like the movie? He goes, I thought it was great. It's the best piece of fiction I've ever seen in my entire life.
Best piece of fiction?
Yes. He goes, the people are real. He goes, almost nothing in that is actually how it would. They had plenty of money to sign all of their players. They didn't. That same year, they signed Barkley, they signed John Stockton, they signed all of these other guys as well. There's a whole bunch of other things. But he goes, yeah, it was great. But I love that movie.
So you had to burst my bubble?
Well, it's just not true.
You couldn't let me have it.
Have what? I know that you're an intelligent guy that likes to be informed with the facts, that you don't want to be fed propaganda.
Well, I figured a little bit was propaganda, but I wanted to believe.
No, they had plenty of money. And Nike was not on the verge of going out.
They weren't getting rid of the basketball division?
No.
I mean, you could say that Jordan kind of saved Nike.
No, he didn't save it.
He recreated it.
He took it to a different place, but it wasn't like it was on life support.
Right.
But did another basketball player ever, I don't even know, I'm saying this while I don't know the answer, which is often dangerous, but has a basketball player ever gotten a similar deal?
So that was the other part. He goes, points on the deal were just standard operating procedure at the time. Yeah.
So that wasn't some big thing.
No,
but nobody has ever made as much money as Michael Jordan.
No, because he sold more shoes than anybody else. That people.
So did Tiger get points on the deal?
I think he did.
Okay. So LeBron has points on the deal. It's just part of the deal now.
I would assume they don't sell as much stuff as MJ.
Well,
did.
Tiger might have, but not as much as MJ.
At one point,
think about it. Like, you're a golf person. I'm a golf person.
But I would buy MJ golf stuff in a second if you could. Like golf shoes.
I was going to say,
I buy his
did
golf
you ever
shoes.
buy Tiger Woods golf gear or equipment?
Yes.
Did you really? Because I never did. I thought it would look. I
invested a lot of money in the polos.
Really?
The shoes.
Okay, that was not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TW, to me, if you had a TW, I mean, there were years where I wore a TW hat every day.
The hats weren't terrible. The hats were pretty good. The balls were bad. The clubs were bad. Like the whole thing.
I never got into Nike clubs. I did balls for a little while.
They had a driver that was square.
A square driver?
So for the longest time, Bergie still had one, and he brought one out. And then
G-Fish has one.
Yeah.
No, Brian Beckner. It's Brian's. Brian has it, not G-Fish.
That's right.
How does it hit?
And now
it
Bergman,
makes a weird sound. It's a pretty good driver.
Really?
It is a good driver. Because Bergman would hit some drives.
driver.
I was like, I remember the square. It was amazing.
The squatch.
Squatch.
It's called the squatch.
DeMarco usually pays
That
extra
seems like
for
an
the
insult.
squatch.
I knew it was coming.
All right, Michael Malone is out, and I got a question for you guys, and I'll explain it on the other side. What Memphis did and what Denver did means that coaching either doesn't matter at all or it's the only thing that matters. We'll get into that coming up next. And give us a shout now. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-3776. If you're caller number 7, you win a 4-pack of sweet tickets to LAFC this Saturday. It's all coming up. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plastpro, April 17th through the 20th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeaglelachampionship.com.
Hello, I'm Richard Navarro, General Manager at Fleming Steakhouse and Wine Bar in downtown Los Angeles, where unforgettable dining meets the heart of the city. Whether it's prime steaks, fresh seafood, or a handcrafted cocktail, we're here to make your next experience out exceptional. Call us today at 213-745-9911 to reserve your next table. We're open for lunch and dinner. Fleming's, where great steaks, good times. Call at 213-745-9911.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
2 minutes in front of 11 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday on the Travis and DeMarco Show. This is the studio version of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Reasons, not the live version. The live version is what kind of became famous, but it's still good, Jack.
Love this song.
I still like the post. And this was the recorded version. You know what I'm saying, DeMarco?
Yes, sir.
No, you don't know.
I do know.
The Nuggets.
Yeah.
The Nuggets have fired their head coach and general manager this morning, which puzzles us.
I'll say.
It puzzles us.
So let me ask you guys this, and I don't know what the answer is. I'm trying to work through it in my head. With what Memphis did, 10 days, 2 weeks ago? They canned their coach when I believe they were third in the Western Conference when they actually did it. The Nuggets just fired Michael Malone, who is a championship-winning coach recently, and by all accounts is a good NBA coach. He'd been there 10 years. It's not like he was a short-timer. This is a guy that had grown roots in Denver. If you fire a guy in the final week of the season, you're telling me one of two things: that the coach is so important that he's gotten so bad that you have to get him out because his inability to get the best out of these guys is going to torpedo whatever chance you have.
Right.
Or the exact opposite is true, which is it doesn't matter who's standing there. It doesn't matter that, hey, look, it's 3 days before the playoffs start. Fire him anyway, elevate an assistant, and just keep it moving because the only thing that matters is Jokic and Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., that those are the guys that are going to matter. It doesn't matter who's got the grease board during a timeout. It's one of those two things.
So I said this to Marco in one of the breaks. You were in the bathroom, shocking. Put this into Rams ideology for a second. At some point, somebody has to make a move in an organization to create. Somebody has to present a plan, right? So who is getting McVay and Wes out? Is that somebody in that organization on the top that goes to Demoff and says, hey, this is getting stale, I got a plan. And Demoff goes, oh, and then goes to Stan. Or is it a player? Did Joker or somebody say, you know what, he's lost the team? I think that might be more likely in today's NBA.
I was going to say that scenario in the NBA is possible because it's a players' league.
But do we think he's lost the team?
He might have lost Joker, which is the team.
That's the thing that I keep coming back to.
But why the GM?
To your point.
So why the GM, though?
Well, to his point, though, it depends on what
maybe
type of team you have.
Maybe the GM wouldn't fire him, and then somebody on the top said, then you're both gone.
Well, maybe, yeah.
If you have a built team like Denver does with Jokic, he is the team, and he gets into it with the coach, Joker's going to win that battle.
Of course he is.
If he threatens to leave, they'll fire the coach.
Yeah.
Now, why the GM? I have no idea. Possibly he's not backing Jokic against the coach. And Jokic says, I don't like either one of them. And tells Josh Kroenke, who runs the Nuggets, I'm out of here in the summer. I'm going to try to get myself out of here sooner than later. I just can't play here because of these two guys. They'll be gone before him.
Okay, here's a new tweet. This is from Kevin O'Connor, who covers the NBA, I believe, for Yahoo.
Yeah, Yahoo.
That thing's still around, Yahoo?
Yeah, Yahoo's still around.
Okay.
This is the tweet. Absolutely nuts. Booth and Malone never liked each other, rarely spoke, and talked behind each other's backs. With the team struggling on the court, Nuggets ownership decided to fire both.
There you
that
go.
Makes sense.
Insane.
There you go.
But that makes sense. Because at some point, if the two sides are bickering constantly to upper management
You're
goes,
both
you know
out
what?
of here.
It was worth it when we were winning a championship.
Okay, but let me-
now it's not.
Okay, but hold on a second.
Yeah.
I understand. This would be a reason to do that a month from now when you get knocked out. Guys, the playoffs start next week. We're really going to burn the place to the ground a week before?
Yes, because they don't believe in their hearts that they're winning it. They know we're not winning it.
Do you think you got a better chance of winning it by canning him?
They think because it's so toxic now in nature, the players and the organization has a better chance to move forward than these two guys going around trying to poison everybody.
It must be radioactive if they did it right now.
They must be loud and public with their feud, that people know about it.
Listen,
and
that's why we had to get Sedano off the morning show that first time. That's how you got in there.
We also have Ramona Shelburne, obviously, our deep insider. She's awesome at what she does, but she says the situation in Denver has been tense and pressurized since the beginning of the year. Both Malone and Booth had big ideas and strong wills, and now both are out. And she linked her story from November earlier this year, where she was kind of talking about laying out what Jokic wants to do. They're halfway through his prime.
I get all of this. All of these things
Yeah.
make sense in a vacuum. It's the time. Why today? Why now? Why right before the end of the season? And if you're going to,
Keep
a
coming back to
pox on
Jokic.
both your houses, you suck in, you suck. You're both out of here. Don't you at least pick one of these lanes for the next week or two, or however long it lasts?
Let's say they get hot in the playoffs and they go all the way to the conference finals.
Yeah.
Let's just say that happens. Makes it much more difficult to get rid of them.
Not if you only move one out.
That's a good
Not
point.
if you only move one
That's
out.
a good
Guess
point.
what?
That's
If
a
I'm the
great point.
GM or I'm the coach, I go, hey, I just made the conference
But
finals.
that's what I'm saying.
that
But no, but hold on a second.
yeah. That's a good point.
Then you don't move him out.
I've fired some people in my time.
Then you don't move it out. Let's just, for the sake of the discussion, say that you keep Malone.
Right.
Okay, so Booth,
Let's fire
hit the
him
bricks.
now.
I'm tired of you guys constantly fighting.
Yeah.
I think he's the guy that I'm going to let steer this the rest of the way. And by the way, you're pissing me off too. Okay, so you're on notice. They do get it squared away. At that point, I'm like, dude won a championship. We just went back to the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
Where the waters have calmed now that Booth is out. I've got a pedigreed coach here. Maybe I don't fire
Would you
him.
start a mess if you fired the GM first? Like, you want to fire both guys, but I can't fire the coach.
Coaches beat the GM in a stare down occasionally.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not totally
Right.
unprecedented.
But here's the
But
thing.
I'm going to fire both.
But maybe you don't have to. Let's fire one and see if that's the problem.
Can I fire the GM first and then fire the coach later?
Sure.
Because if he does make the Western Conference Finals, I can't fire you.
Okay.
I know. That means I'm keeping the guy I don't like.
Yeah, but he obviously is the right guy for the job in this scenario.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
But if I want you out, I can't fire
then you can do
later.
Yeah, you can. If you really think the guy is a problem, you can still fire him.
I don't think you win that if Denver makes a deep run.
But win what? Like, you have a bad week of PR. He's still gone.
I
You
don't
got
know.
rid of him.
Yeah, but right now you have a
yeah.
bad few hours until the Lakers
Yeah.
play the Thunder in a few hours, and then nobody's really talking about it.
That would make
nationally.
no
No,
sense.
if they go out, okay, but the opposite is also true.
Yeah.
Let's say that right now, let's see who they would play in the first round.
This is easy. We weren't going to beat anybody anyway because
Well,
the team's toxic.
But now all of a sudden, let's see here. They are forced. They play the Clippers in the first round. They could easily lose that series and lose it quickly.
And then fire
right?
the guys.
And then it's one or two players. What if it comes back and you're like, I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
man.
Now all of a sudden that looks like crap.
It does, but it's easier still now than in a month from now.
It doesn't seem like
I
it's
just
a smart
think
thing to do.
I don't care if they both get fired. I don't care if you clean house, but just get to the finish line.
Well,
if the
they
thing's going to
finish
go
the
down,
season first.
Yeah.
I got you.
Whether it's Kroenke's kid or whoever is making the decision, somebody was
Josh.
tired of dealing with them both and said, I'm done. And somebody very wise in business once told me, everybody, even Elon Musk, if you want to use the richest man in the world, starts every day with a to-do list. He also starts every day with a list of, these are the people that I deal with, right? His people that he talks to. When of every day you become on the wrong side of that, meaning you're just a guy complaining, you're a guy. So imagine who, maybe Josh, to use his name, went through, both these guys are now on the red side of my sheet, meaning it's always draining. When you see their name pop up on your phone, you're kind of like,
versus, I can't wait to hear what this person has to say.
I get that.
And and then now you realize that these two individuals are fighting with each other.
Yeah.
They're trying to get everybody on their side, so they're becoming malignant to the culture. And they realize, you know what? I don't want to deal with any of it.
To that, I agree with you, but to this point, sometimes you have to do something now.
Anything that needs to be done eventually needs to be done immediately. I understand that.
Yeah.
I don't. If this were the All-Star break, if this were 2 months ago, absolutely. These guys didn't go from the green side of the sheet to the red side of the sheet in 2 months.
If you knew
if
now,
this is
you
a
knew
problem,
then.
we're too close to the end. Just finish this off, and I'm going to can all you guys in 2 weeks.
What if they win the final somehow?
I think you just finished it.
Yeah. Guess what? It's more important to me as Josh, to use his name, to say, is that Josh Kroenke?
Josh Kroenke.
To Josh Kroenke to say, you know what? I'm probably, good chance I'm not winning the finals. If there is somehow any chance, I don't want to live with this because now those both are going to be a problem. What are you going to do? You can't fire the GM and the coach after you win the finals. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and suck it up and start anew, and I'm going to build it my way.
But that assumes something that is illogical. If I want to fire them and they win the finals, then I'm wrong to want to fire them.
Right.
Not if you care more about your culture and you just don't want to deal with it anymore.
But the culture is NBA title culture that I want to clean house.
You can win in spite of.
Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I just know that if in the scenario that you're painting, Chris, if they had won the title, that's 2 and 3 years. I'm canning everybody.
But there are also
that's crazy.
hot seat coaches that can go on to win. Nick Sirianni. Early on in that season, was definitely on a hot seat.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And had they fired Sirianni at week 4, we all would have gone, okay. And the next guy comes in there. Turns out they had the best team. And so they end up winning the whole thing. And maybe the coach had a lot to do with it. Maybe had a little to do with it. We'll never know because he was there. I don't have a problem with them canning people. It's the timing of it all that just doesn't make any sense to me. Because if they do save it, then I was right not to can them.
Indisputable. This is bad time to do this. It is. It's a horrible time.
Historical context of this. This is the tied for the latest coaching change in NBA history per ESPN research dating back to 1980.
Can you look something up for me? Find out what that team was.
Okay.
That team that was in 80-81 that Hubie Brown got sacked in. Because my guess would be that was a team that was terrible. And we're going to do this anyway. We're out of it. If the Toronto Raptors fired their coach today, nobody would care.
2 hours ago, we just said the Thunder are the favorite. It has to go through Oklahoma City.
Sure.
But Denver's in that mix, though.
Denver's in the mix.
Because of Jokic.
But if you believe that the toxic culture is causing you to not be in that mix, truly. And
I think I'm with him in certain. They're crazy to do this now. But if it's a mess and there's a lot of stuff we don't know, if it's a mess and you're going to fire him anyway, you might as well do it now before you can't.
31
so I see both sides.
and 51 was when that other guy got sacked this late in the season.
They
they're 20 games. They're a bad team. We're going to fire him. There is no if we go on a run now we can't. They're out of it.
Here's what I'll tell you. How much was Hubie Brown making back then in contrast to the entire
they
budget
still gotta,
of the team?
They still got to pay this guy out.
Well, no, I understand, but you can move on. We know how things can get structured. I just think it was time to move on in Denver.
And let me just
in
tell you,
their mind, in their
in a
mind,
week.
I'm just happy it happened to a Lakers opponent.
Yeah.
Yay.
It clearly there's problems in the building. Clearly there are people that are not even in the same universe, never mind the same page.
And this is how intense it is in the West, too. The two Western Conference playoff contenders have both fired their head coaches because they don't believe that their coach is good enough in coaching their star to go deep in the playoffs. And just to draw attention to this, I don't know if you guys already mentioned it and I just missed it, but Jokic's current contract with the Denver Nuggets ends after the 2027-28 season. So they have a couple more years left, but we've seen people leave.
He can say trade
before
me.
that.
He can.
Yeah.
He could say trade me this summer.
But
I want out of here.
Here's where Jokic is a bit unique, unlike most NBA stars. What's the one thing we know about this guy, other than he's a great player? Is that he seems to have no interest in the NBA drama.
Oh,
right?
no.
He leaves back to Serbia. The second the season's, he's over there, and he likes to swim, ride his horses, and hang out with his brothers. That's what he likes to do.
I don't understand this nonsense.
Right.
Get me out of here.
The nonsense is completely uninteresting to him. To think that all of a sudden he's in there pulling strings to get guys blown out, that doesn't track.
Or not. It may not be pulling strings.
by it.
I just don't like this anymore.
I don't like it.
Yeah. And
I don't want to
want
do
out.
this anymore.
It might be one of those things, too, where it's a person that never complains, never goes. And it's the one time he's like, I've had it. And you listen to him, and he doesn't have to wield a big stick. He just has to say, hey, this is not working for me.
He has a moment with Josh, and he says, look, I just don't like these two guys. I want out.
Like
Wait
in contrast to this place.
Yes.
If DeMarco came and complained to me about something, I'd be like, okay. It's not Sedano and Cap that I hear from every day. It's not Mason, who's always got something. And even John a little bit. and Travis is always complaining about DeMarco. So in this thing, I'm going to listen to DeMarco here. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But if you guys took Bergman and me out at once, that would destroy this place. So I wouldn't do that. If one of you were trying to make a move to go to Sam Pines and be like, you need to get rid of Morales and Bergman, no.
So you know what's funny right now? On Twitter, I've been seeing a lot of photoshops of Nikola Jokic in a Laker uniform. So that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun because,
they could dodger it up. Just go get
we're
everybody.
We're going to have a new GM at the Nuggets. Who knows what happens over here?
Then JJ's really not going to talk to Trudell at halftime.
How much would you trade to get Jokic here? How much would you give up if you're the Lakers?
Why do you need Joker?
Because he's really good.
But what are you going to get rid of?
That's the question. If they said he's available, and what would you trade to get him?
And LeBron's going to be gone.
Literally whatever they wanted.
Anything?
Yeah, he's the best player in the league.
Even Luka.
He's the best player in the league. He's not one of the best players in the league. He's the best player in the league.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if that happened?
Yeah.
He's a lot better than Luka.
After the Luka trade, you traded him to get Joker.
Hey, you want Jokic? Yeah. What do you want? Take whatever you want.
Right.
I don't care. I'll figure it out from there.
Is the Lakers' path right now, with what happened just now with the Nuggets, clearer than it was this morning?
No, because the two biggest problems for them,
OKC.
Yep, and quite frankly, Golden State.
Yeah,
those are the two teams that seem to be the ones you look at and go, I don't know, man. The Denver thing, you've been saying this for a few weeks, DeMarco.
What?
That seemed to have flipped. That was their kryptonite for seasons, and then it was like, oh, we can beat those guys.
Yeah,
and it turned pretty fast.
You took it to Jokic. He was completely confused defensively. For some reason, with Jimmy Butler, the Warriors are a completely different squad, and you've opened that window a little bit for them. This could be one of those miracle runs for them, and it'll be fun. But the Warriors can also send you home.
No question.
Yeah,
and they might. And that's why the Clippers are intriguing, but dangerous for all sorts of different reasons. You've been asking a little bit, should Shohei Ohtani pull the trigger on 3-0 and 3-1?
I've been dying for this.
We're doing it next. It's Trav DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Two of the biggest titans in all of CONCACAF. Los Angeles Football Club, Inter Miami CF. Battle it out for one spot in the CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinal.
Shot from 22 and in! Ordaz has scored! It's a golazo!
Last week, leg one was a thrill at BMO Stadium. Leg two in Miami will not disappoint. LAFC versus Inter Miami.
What's it going to take them out over there in leg two?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Pre-game starts tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Monday, April 14th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. We'll explore the nation's largest standalone jellyfish exhibit, the all-new Jewels of the Sea, featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish, and set sail on a flavor adventure at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Don't miss the action, the fun, and maybe even a few surprises. Monday, April 14th. 3 to 6 p.m. Live from SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Losing your home in a wildfire is devastating, and the fight for insurance money shouldn't make it worse. Jacob Imrani is helping families impacted by the Eaton fire, suing Southern California Edison, and holding insurers accountable.
First, I didn't know what to do. I heard what you were doing for my buddy by loading his car up. He calls me, he says, guess who's loading my car with water? Jacob Imrani. Right. I mean, for real. I said, well, I'm going to talk to Jacob.
Call him at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Visit him online at calljacob.com, and together we are LA Strong.
Call Jacob.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, hot dogs here. And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Harbor Freight knows time is money. So for our Spring Black Friday sale, we're getting straight to the deals. This weekend, you get 35% off jack stands, 56-inch roll cabs under $800, and 2,300 PSI electric pressure washers under $190. See? Straight to the point. So you can get straight to the savings. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until April 13th, 2025 while supplies last. Limitations apply.
11:18 on a live imaging Tuesday on the Travis and DeMarco Show. You know who this is, DeMarco?
Dang, that's three.
You wrote it on the piece of paper. It's Brent
the
Wood
same
again.
guy?
Yeah, this is me and you. That's the name of the song. Yeah.
Hooray. You got to hook me up. Okay.
With what, a Heine?
With a
Heine?
song.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
with a
Heine.
song. There you go.
Gotcha. You take her to King Taco and you listen to some Rider Oldies.
There we go.
Carnitas.
There you go. How long you been married? I'm listening to him.
Hi, DeMarco, you won the Super Bowl.
That sounds pretty good.
Let me see your ring.
Yeah. Let me see your ring, eh? Let me talk to my cousin.
So shiny.
Wow.
You need your car painted?
Actually,
What's
sure.
wrong, Trav?
Nothing. Just waiting for
Because
you
you don't
guys.
get the Heinz down there in Laguna. It's not my problem.
Stop. Please, I'm begging you.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Dodgers kind of stink right now, sort of. Yeah.
They stink?
A little bit.
They've stunk for about a week.
7
Come on.
errors.
Everybody
7
calm.
errors. How many games?
A week ago, they were 100. They were going to be 162 and 0.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
They
Easy,
have
Sedano.
the best time, the best team.
By the way, you
They're
would
gonna
tell me if
win the
Sedano
most
was trying to
games.
make a move on Bergman and I, right?
Sure.
You tip me off?
Probably.
Because, by the way, the Nuggets have fired their GM and coach. So I'm trying to prevent that happening to Bergman and I.
So they can play bad and stink for a week and still be the best team. That's what's happening. They've been bad for
That's
a
what I
week,
mean.
but they're still the best team.
Take me to a Dodgers game, DeMarco. Buy me a Dodger dog.
Dodger dogs are not very good anymore.
Double shy of a cycle.
Uh-huh.
And you know my cousin Jorge?
And he's taking.
Yes.
3-0, and he's taking.
Well, everything you said is true, but I don't think you said all of it.
Okay, go ahead.
He's also the tying run. They're trailing by 2 runs.
Right.
That's very important to this.
Yes.
So there are 2 ways to look at this, and I think it depends on what you're hoping to see. Are you hoping to see something really cool? Are you hoping to see something explosive and maybe a little bit frustrating? Or are you looking to see the right thing? Because both things happened last night.
Isn't the right thing taking?
So here's the rub. I'm going to read you 2 quotes.
Go ahead.
Okay? This is the first one is from Dave Roberts, and this is the case for what Ohtani did being the right thing.
Okay.
Here's the quote from Dave. It's kind of hard to say that he was struggling, but tonight he was locked in. Even the last at-bat to earn the walk versus Finnegan and try not to chase a cycle speaks to being a team player and passing the baton. He had an excellent night.
Speaks to being a team player taking
So
the
what
pitch.
he said is the Shohei is the tying run. They're behind, I think it was 6-4. He's the tying run at the plate. Now he hits a home run, he ties the game. So put a pin in that. We'll come back to that in a second. With Mookie Betts on deck, the first 3 pitches of that bat were not close. They were clearly balls. Okay, the 3-0
You're talking
pitch,
about Ohtani.
Ohtani.
Yeah.
The 3-0 pitch was a straight cookie.
Meatball.
It was a cookie over the middle of the plate. that had Shohei Ohtani swung at that ball.
Gone.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe he pops it up. Maybe he misses it by a fraction of an inch and he pops it up or flies out.
The guy's
right?
playing
Shohei
highlight right now.
Ohtani.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying
I know. It's baseball.
He could have easily popped it up.
Yes.
He also could have maybe hit a home run. He takes it. The next pitch isn't quite as much of a cookie, but it's a pretty darn hittable pitch. He takes it again, strike 2.
Yep.
Okay, the next pitch is ball 4. He walks. So what Dave is suggesting, and I understand what he's suggesting, is he's being a team guy. He's not chasing the cycle. He's not trying to get too big. He's passing the baton to, oh, by the way, the guy coming up next is a Hall of Famer.
Right.
So it's not like Max Muncy was on deck.
Not
It's
Joe
not like
Bag of Donuts.
TK is on deck.
Right.
That's Mookie Betts. And now Mookie Betts is the go-ahead run, the tying runs on base. It was a smart baseball play. You know exactly what this is? This is LeBron passing to the open guy in the corner going to the hoop.
I know.
And everybody goes, dude, you're LeBron. Shoot the ball.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's open. This is the right play. Yeah, but Shohei,
I want you to take the shot.
I want you to take the shot. And that's and this is what Shohei said.
What was the pitcher's name?
Finnegan.
Okay, because I think it might have been the pitch he laid in there at 3-0. It was an absolute meatball.
It was a
Turn
cookie.
on it, it's gone.
Well, that's the part I disagree with, but
I
sure.
mean, you could have. He's a double shy
here's
of a cycle.
I don't care about the cycle.
Not like he's not seeing pitches.
Here's the thing. He could have swung at it, and even if he popped it up, no one is saying, what are you doing, dude?
Right.
Nobody is saying that. Shohei, after the game, talking about that at
Go
bat,
ahead.
my approach doesn't really change. It's to really get on base. That fourth at bat, I really should have just taken a hack and see what happens.
Right.
So he's even saying it. But he also did, he is a remarkable player, but what he is not is a selfish player.
No, he's not stupid.
He
He's
did
very
the air
smart.
quote right thing, but even he afterwards going, yeah, I probably should have taken
When
a
he
rip at
saw when that went by, like, gosh dang it, that was it right there.
It was a cookie. It was a cookie. And
Gosh
it's literally,
dang it.
had he pulled the trigger on that, boom, 50-50. And by the
yeah.
way, I don't think it's a double. I think it's in the seats
That's
and
what
it's a
I'm
tie
saying.
game.
I bet he crushes that and like, dang, I let that one get away.
I think it's fit. But even if he had popped it up, rolled it over, ground, whatever, no one's going, dude, what are
I
you
wouldn't
doing?
hate him for it. No. I
it's-
don't hate him
it's-
for taking.
It's
No.
LeBron going to the hoop with the
Yeah.
game on the line, and he misses the shot.
the smart
Take it,
choice.
Key. Take it.
Right?
Smart choice.
That's what that was.
Take it.
He did the right
You
thing,
remember that
but we
bit,
all
Chuck?
kind of wanted to see him do the wrong thing. Yes, I remember the bit, Chris.
Don't try to steamroll me. It's not going to work.
I'm not trying to steamroll you. I'm
steamroll.
trying to finish my thought. You tried to steamroll me.
I did try to steamroll you.
Yes,
I was
and I did not let you steamroll me.
I was
much
done
like
with
you
the
would not let
conversation.
me steamroll you.
Go
Who's
ahead.
the roller and who's being steamed?
It's a steamroll. See? There you go.
I mean, I guess in that case, I was the roller, and I was trying to steam Travis.
Yes.
Deep. 11:24. Good morning.
Can I shoot you one more?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mookie at short. Go. Yep, I thought so. I
mean,
thought so. Yep.
I would just like somebody. I think he'll
Gave
be
Pa
okay.
his hell.
I think he'll be okay.
We gave Pa
But
his hell.
I just want someone to explain to me why this is a good idea.
Yeah.
You take arguably the best right fielder that baseball has seen in 15 or 20 years and say, hey, let's make him play shortstop.
Because he wants to do it.
Yeah, and that's not a good enough
I
explanation.
know. It's starting not to, but it did. It's Mookie.
That was a
Mookie
bad
wants
play.
to try it. Yeah, it was. It got under him.
But why
Yeah.
does Mookie want to play shortstop so bad?
I honestly think there's two things at play. Number one is Shohei, and number
Bang.
two is legacy.
Yes.
So
Shohei
I
Ohtani.
think
Kind of one and the same.
I think Shohei has redefined what's
Shohei
possible.
Ohtani.
And Mookie Betts is in the thinnest slice of the best players in baseball, thinnest slice of maybe the best players, that we've seen in 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, if Ohtani can do that, if he can
can
be
do
the
this.
best hitter in baseball and one of the best pitchers, I wonder what I could do to kind of kick my game up a notch.
Don't forget
What if I
me.
went back to try to play the most challenging position on the field? I think that's part of it, to just see if he can. The other part is his legacy. Like, I won how many Gold Gloves in right field? I think it's 6. 6 Gold Gloves in right field. What if I could get another one short? So going the other way. Sometimes an infielder go to the outfield,
right.
but not the other way around. I think it's a personal challenge for
He's
him.
going to wind up at right.
Do you
I think
think
so,
he
too.
could be a Gold Glover at short?
I don't.
Okay.
He does.
No, he does. I know.
Yeah.
But
I don't. I mean,
I'm not laughing at him.
You can't not be a shortstop for that long and then go back and play in that league. Can he survive? Yes. Can he be okay? Yeah. But great at it? I don't think so. Look,
He wasn't yesterday.
Were you watching yesterday?
I saw the highlights.
That
and
play,
I saw the
I think his first
plays.
name is Paul DeJong for the
Paul DeJong.
He made a
Good mustard.
bananas play in
A
the
lot of
hole.
salt in it, though.
Weird hop, back behind his head, gets up, throws out. I think it was Rojas, right?
Bam!
And it was, he took a run off the board because I think it was the next hitter or the hitter after that. Shohei triples off the score. Would have been a run. The Dodgers aren't going to do that. They're not taking runs off the board. Their defense was really crappy the last week.
You're doing
or
the
so.
opposite right now. And it might be a position switch coming up. But Rojas at second?
He's fine.
He's fine?
He's a
Okay.
lifelong. If he made a bad play, it was a bad error. But it's fine.
Like I said, I think all of 2024 is done now. All of the distraction is over now. So I'm assuming Dave Roberts will clean this up because it's been sloppy baseball.
It has.
And you've been bailed out by your offense, and that can't sustain.
And their bullpen, and the bullpen the last couple of nights was human.
Man, oh my God! Don't you? No, that's Laura that loves Banda.
No,
you love
Em's
Banda.
a fan.
Okay,
Yeah.
Somebody loves Banda. Oh my God!
A lot of women in the Los Angeles area like Banda.
Susan Harmon included.
Susan
Rogers, I guess. I still call her by her maiden name.
Wow.
Yeah, that's-
You got to be
That's
careful.
not
That's
been
a
that for a long
security
time.
question. Somebody could now break into your stuff, man.
Delete.
And they
No,
don't
they
know
ask
how-
you your
Dump.
mother's maiden name, not your wife's.
Oh.
It's your mother's maiden name.
As well as they don't know how to spell that necessarily. There are multiple different ways to
Yes.
spell that.
With an H.
Yeah.
With an H.
Hey, DeMarco.
Like Jorge.
Right, with an H. Jorge with an H. I love it.
Maybe we could talk about this on the other side, but Parker sent me some sound of one of Michael Malone's press conferences that might be a little damning.
A little tell?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
maybe
Okay.
this wasn't working.
So that's good because Parker apparently had to unsend some text recently.
To me.
So it's good that
Didn't
he's...
even know-
as
didn't even
well
know he could
as
do a thing.
Ramona Shelburne is going to join us next
Momo,
week.
beautiful Momo.
Momo next too. It's all coming up. Trav DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Momo's a great reporter, but I don't even know if she's won the Reporter of the Year 13 years in a row. Rotolo Chevrolet has. Rotolo Chevrolet has won Chevy Dealership of the Year 13 years in a row because they take care of you, because they take care of you, me, and everybody that comes onto the lot at Rotolo Chevrolet. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, can't miss it. Sea of Silverados, all the Chevy cars and trucks that you've been thinking about. Go on and see for yourself what all the fun is about. See why Mike Capozio's dancing on TV. See why I've been telling you about the good folks at Rotolo for years now. And it's Mike Capozio, it's Oral, it's Eddie, it's Armando, all of the great folks that we've met out at Rotolo. They're going to give you that same incredible customer service. So go see for yourself what all the fun's about at Rotolo Chevrolet. And if Fontana's not in your neck of the woods, that's okay. You can still get all of the bells and whistles at RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com, and tell them that Travis sent you.
LA's Meg.
It with ZipRecruiter.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
Dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
This PGA Tour moment is brought to you by True Green.
Leading by one stroke in the final round of the 1958 Masters, Arnold Palmer plugged his tee shot on a par 3 12th. Palmer felt he should get relief, but the rules official told him to play it. He did and made a 5. He also played another ball and made a 3, and will let the committee determine which score would count. When he reached the 15th, he was told his 3 would count. A critical decision as he won by one stroke.
True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
11:33 on a live imaging Tuesday on the Travis and DeMarco show. What's going on, man? When there? Come on now. Come on. Let's go, homeboy. What's it all about? As Smokey sings, the Denver Nuggets have fired their head coach and their GM. I mean, can you imagine? That's like getting Bergman and Morales out of here.
On April 8th, with the season ending in less than a week.
The only person that has the power to get rid of me and Bergman is Ramona Shelburne, who joins us now to tell us what's up, Denver. Right, Momo?
Are you going to make a move on Morales and Bergman?
You know what? I think I might have to use that as leverage for Manny's 4.
There you go.
Get around to that.
There you go. So, Momo, take me through it. I mean, how surprised were you with the news that came down, a half hour or so ago that both Malone and Calvin Booth are out?
You know, I was walking out of my workout. You guys saw me. I think I texted the workout chain. DeMarco probably has that. You probably have that selfie video I sent you.
It went bing.
Because, this is the time of year where we're not, on high alert. I know when I'm supposed to be on high alert for breaking news. I had just checked in with a bunch of teams that right now we're laying. This coach might get fired. That GM might get fired. But Denver is going to be in the playoffs. You're not checking on Michael Malone right now. This is, they're in the playoffs, at least the play-in. And so, I don't know. I guess Memphis just reset the clock on when people make moves.
So this is the new normal? This is, we're just going to fire guys?
Guess, look, I wrote a story on the Nuggets at the beginning of this year. And I remember people thinking this was a little dire for a team that had already been to had great playoff success, had Jokic. You never really feel a lot of drama there in Denver. But the truth is, when you have an expensive roster, okay, so they're paying 3 guys. They're paying Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon. And they have a 4th guy who the previous regime paid, and that's Michael Porter Jr., okay? So that's 4 guys who are making really big salaries, which leaves very little money for everybody else. And it puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the coach and the GM to work together to find players to fill those spots. The Nuggets won because they had guys like KCP, they had Jeff Green, they found really good bargains at a time when to fill those extra roles. They had this sort of strength and numbers thing, and they systematically let most of those guys go. and tried to replace them with young players that are drafted and developed. I actually think that's the right way to do it. You could make a case there's one or two guys that they let go that they wish they had back. Like Bruce Brown was really good for them, but he hasn't really been good elsewhere. Jeff Green, I mean, good steadying force, I guess, but KCP hasn't had a great year in Orlando. So did they really make mistakes on those guys, or did they not lean hard enough into developing the young guys and building a sustainable culture? I think what was clear early on is that they just they were not aligned between front office and coach. I think they're both very strong-willed. They're real stubborn. And when you have that combination where coach and GM don't see eye to eye and they're not talking to each other very often, you kind of have to have go-betweens, who deal with one or other of them. I mean, that's a tough situation. I'm shocked they did it now, though. I mean, usually you let people go through a playoffs and see what happens. But, I guess maybe why not?
Yeah.
See if you can change things up. What's the dead coach bounce?
Dead cat bounce, yeah. Never celebrate a guy getting fired, either one of them.
No.
Unless it's something they did that's outside basketball, what have you. But what do you make of Denver from this point on? What do you think of their chances in the postseason now?
Look, yeah, I mean, David Edelman's a really good coach. He's a future head coach in this league. He's interviewed for a lot of positions. Like he's going to do a good job. They have a very, very capable guy stepping in here, and he's a completely different energy than Michael Malone. Michael Malone is fiery and hard-nosed and gets into guys when they come into camp out of shape and stuff. Edelman is more of I would say he's a kind of an offensive guy. And his dad was Rick Edelman. Obviously, he's got a great pedigree, just like Michael Malone does. But look at how much pressure is on these teams. Everyone who is from 2 to 8 in the Western Conference, and maybe Houston's getting a little separation now, but let's say 3 to 8. Like they all have basically the same record. It's just, do you feel better right now than you did before? I mean, that's really the only separator. And it's kind of amazing to me that Denver just did this. I mean, this is like 3 games left to go.
It's crazy.
It makes sense.
Jokic on it.
So you just – I'm sorry, Ramona. You said something that I wanted to follow up on.
Sure.
There's no way that this happens without Jokic blessing it, right? Like, it's the NBA. The star player has a say in these matters, or at least is consulted in these matters. Could he have stopped it if he didn't want it to happen, or was he complicit in it happening?
I could see him stopping it if he was, but I honestly don't know enough reporting wise to know if his fingerprints were on this.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you in the past, I have felt like he has a pretty good alignment with Malone. I felt like they had a good understanding. Like Jokic isn't afraid to be coached. He wants to be coached. He likes that Malone is hard nosed. I mean, he's from Serbia, and that he doesn't have an attitude like, he's not your typical superstar, right? Like he's not afraid of somebody being a hard nosed, stubborn guy. Now, the rest of the team, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how guys like getting called out, guys, like the way that Malone kind of holds their feet to the fire sometimes. He's an old school guy, and I think that doesn't always play well. Now, before they won a championship, I had heard, like they had trouble getting over the top, right? They had trouble breaking through. And so if they didn't win that year in the championship, I wouldn't have been shocked if Malone got fired, right?
Yeah.
But they did win a championship, and he's been there for 10 years, and he has remarkable respect from the best player in the league. So I don't know. I don't see Jokic being a guy that pushed him off the ledge there. He doesn't feel
maybe
like that.
not pushed him off the ledge, but
have to help him back.
I would think, and you know far better than I do how these things actually go down, Ramona. But is there, before they make the final decision, do they take his temperature on, hey, we're thinking about this, what do you think about this? And maybe he shrugs his shoulders like, do whatever you want, it's not my team. Maybe he doesn't care. Does he at least get looped in before the final shot is fired?
They might inform him.
Yeah.
They might. I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty big move that they made. They didn't just fire the coach; they fired the GM too. And Calvin Booth, like, I don't know if people know him. He was a guy who played in the NBA. He was like 6'10". He's wicked smart, as you would say, right?
Yeah.
He's wicked smart, and when you talk to him, I think he's a great mix of basketball IQ and also understanding how the salary cap works. And he's done a really good job of managing a very, very tight budget there. But you do hear things like, there's he's not as well liked in the building. There's people who've kind of felt like, I think all their assistant coaches are kind of in a different spot where they haven't been extended. Their contracts haven't been extended. When I did the story in November, my understanding was Booth was about to get an extension, but that had been the case for like 6 months, like on the 1 yard line. So I don't know what was holding it up. If it was the Kroenkes, I know they're the manager, they're the owners of the Rams. They certainly spent money on the Rams, and they pay their employees well there. I mean, I live in Woodland Hills, and I drive by where their new facility is.
It's going to be great.
They just announced gazillions of dollars being spent to build us up. Thank you for investing in the 818, Stan and Josh.
If you and I were GM coach, and we had a player like Jokic, we got to figure out how we're going to get along. I mean, I would not want to screw this up. Screw up his era.
That was the whole point of my story in November, which is you have the greatest player in the game right now. I mean, we can talk about Shea and the MVP race, whatever, but like just top to bottom, Jokic is unbelievable. He's a generational talent, and he's easy to manage. He's not a
Travis,
diva.
There you go.
We could disagree on everything, and look, as long as we have him at least in front of him, we're going to be on the same page.
Yes.
Because we all want the same things. I wouldn't want to screw this up.
He doesn't make noise. He doesn't subtweet anyone. He doesn't, he doesn't take 3 days to talk to the media after blowing a game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then when he does speak to the media, says, I don't know. I don't have any answers. I don't know. Do you guys have been following the Westbrook stuff lately? Jokic is accountable. He's solid. He doesn't cause any problems.
Captain America. You're right.
Oh, my God. This is a dream superstar to have as your franchise cornerstone. And he plays every night. He doesn't want to load manage. You have to hold him out.
I started out being mad at Denver for doing this. Now I'm mad at these two boneheads for screwing this up. That you had to make this move before the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, look, is it their I don't think either of them are boneheads. I think this is created by the salary cap, by the new CBA. I really do. And I think they were put in a tough position by ownership. And I don't want to lay it all at their feet, but I can tell you, when you go to Denver, there's a couple things you notice, okay? Their practice court is in the arena, which is this doesn't happen anymore. It's like the same practice court that on the floor of the building that they've used forever. The Avalanche plays there, and theirs is kind of an embarrassing facility too. It doesn't feel like you're going to the home of the world champions who have the best player in the league. You know what I mean? You get that feel like when you go to a gleaming new facility and everyone's paid well and everyone's nobody got they didn't get the spoils of victory after they won.
Momo,
they let guys go after they won.
One last one before we let you go. It just does this move change their math at all as far as their ability to win the Western Conference? Are they going to end up where they're going to end up had they stayed the course, had they waited to the end of the season? Does this change that at all?
Maybe, in just the sense that whatever dynamic had been going on there had gotten pretty toxic. You know, I mean, I could feel it when I was there in November. They've sort of been playing like this all year long. And Jokic is like, I'm just happy we have a chance. I'm happy to be here. He's such a good guy, but maybe they get the dead coach bounce, right? Maybe that's the best you could do at this point. Clearly they're looking for a new architect and leader now. And I think they'll have a lot of interest in this job.
I wonder who gets the gig. Yeah.
Well,
there'll be no shortage of suitors.
To coach Jokic, that's a pretty good. It's a pretty good jump off point.
Good starting place. But they do have decisions to make because Michael Porter Jr. is a nice luxury item, but he's paid too much for your fourth best player. And Jamal Murray is paid a max. He got a max, and he hasn't really lived up to it yet. You see it in spurts, but he keeps getting hurt, and he came into camp out of shape. And
you see it against the Lakers. It's only
that's
right.
about when you see it all the time. Right?
Yeah, he kills the Lakers.
I still think they're the Denver Nuggets because the Denver Nuggets to me are not about the coach or the GM.
True.
They're about the guy in the middle.
They didn't fire
sure.
Jokic. Yeah.
Thanks, Momo.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Yeah. Well, that doesn't sound like Jokic was the one orchestrating it. Just kind of, do what you want to do.
Warriors fans are offering Steve Kerr.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, what's he done? 4 titles? Yeah, let's run him out of town, too. Right. Fans are awesome. Tune in to Sedano and Cap Monday, April 14th, as they broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. They'll be experiencing the all-new Jewels of the Sea jellyfish exhibit and staying at the stunning family-friendly Paradise Point Resort and Spa. Check out the fun on social and tune in for your chance to win a family 4-pack and night stay at Paradise Point Resort and Spa. SeaWorld San Diego, open your world to something amazing. The Dump coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel, John, if you were pressed?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in so long.
I've not done a cartwheel in a really long time. I'm sure I can.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Ready for a delicious escape? The new Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so come in and enjoy one today. They're big on protein, rich on flavor. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland. Next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Some people hate me. Some people hate Ireland. Some people. It's what makes the world go around.
They hate me.
But I think most people hate me, don't they?
Nobody hates you.
Nobody
People
hates
love
me.
you.
Why
They
is
hate
that?
all of us
You're the
except
least
you.
hated person at this station.
Why? I'm an obnoxious dummy. Why is it that I
because
can't
They love that you're an obnoxious dummy.
Oh, okay.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Go ahead, Trav.
That actually caught me by surprise. That doesn't happen a lot. I was literally waiting for my light to turn blue. All right.
I'll make your light turn blue if you want.
See, that's not that funny.
There you go.
Emily and Jorge, you guys have beef today?
Yeah, I just reminded him about it.
I forgot about it.
Oh, yeah. What is the beef?
Real Madrid and Arsenal play in like 10 minutes.
Oh.
So that's his team and my team.
Who's better?
My team.
Yeah, my team.
Who's
sure.
better right now?
Probably Real Madrid.
Okay.
They are the odds-on favorite to win, but who knows? Arsenal could win. Also, Stan Kroenke, maybe he's like fired up about the Nuggets, and then it's like, oh, maybe Arsenal I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe another coach gets fired.
You guys have a wager?
Mikel Arteta is never going to lose. Or never going to get
By
fired.
the way, was Momo saying in her segment that he basically doesn't spend a lot of money in Denver, but he spends a lot of money with the Rams?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, that he's building Ram-A-Lot, as I've heard it called in Woodland Hills.
Ram-A-Lot?
Ram-A-Lot.
I like that.
And that the Nuggets do not
Jorge
have
goes to
similar...
Ram-A-Lot.
Wow.
This guy.
Oh my
There's
God.
also, a Camelot in North London, and they like to call it Arsenal.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. How about this? How about this? 2 of the past 5 NBA coaches, or excuse me, 3 of the last 5 NBA champions have fired their head coach 2 or fewer years after they won the title. Frank Vogel won in 2020, out in 2022. Mike Budenholzer won in 2021, out in 2023. Michael Malone wins in 2023, out in 25. Win a title, get canned less than 2 years later.
Seems like coaching matters less in the NBA.
I was just going to say this
players.
answers that question we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Like, is it mean everything? Like, we can't have a bad coach even for 2 games. Get him out.
Right.
Or it doesn't really matter. It's all about
coaching,
the players.
Or coaching doesn't matter, or environment really matters. Think of Jimmy Butler. He's upset in Miami. You take him to Golden State. He's happy. They're winning.
But that speaks to players.
It does. I mean, it's environment. Your coach has to be, I guess, less of a coach and more of a personality guy.
Vibes?
Yeah. We have to keep the good vibes to make everybody happy.
Yeah.
If I make you mad, you could get
So
mad. And
why
I'm
not
out.
hire somebody that is exclusively vibes?
Because you need somebody with X's and O's.
I guess.
Somebody's
Dude,
going to draw up the plays.
But Vogel, Budenholzer, and Malone are all widely thought to be pretty good coaches, basketball coaches, not
I'm just
necessarily
guessing
vibes guys.
Maybe they got into a standoff with said player and they lost.
Doesn't sound like that's what's happening
I
here.
mean, I don't know. I mean, just that's... Or coaching doesn't matter in the NBA.
Yeah, maybe not. Happy birthday. Happy 25th birthday to CEEDEE Lamb. CD Lamb.
No way.
I like
Happy
that he spells
birthday.
out CD. I've
yes,
always liked that.
quietly. You know, the NFL outlawed his signature touchdown celebration, wiping of his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They thought it was throat slashy.
It looks like a gun, like he's pointing a gun at you or whatever it is. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
You can't do that, dog.
That was the first one. That came before
And
John
isn't it
Morant.
also kind of like, that one baseball player for West Virginia? Isn't it also similar to that?
I don't know what you're referring to.
The West Virginia baseball player who sniffed the...
It's Michigan.
Michigan,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
But I think it's also, when you're doing that, it's somewhat similar maybe to
I
that.
saw a soccer player do that. I saw a soccer player snort the line.
When I saw the guy from Michigan do it, the
Yeah.
college baseball player, 2 things went through my mind. Number 1, he's going to get in trouble for that. Number
course.
2, it's pretty funny.
Amen.
And the third one was, I can't believe no one's thought of that before. That was the other one, that somebody in a big moment, because every sport has lines.
As a soccer player has done it. It's an old shot of him doing it. Yeah.
That was
crazy.
CeeDee Lamb's pretty good football player.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, yeah.
So skinny.
They say Dak Prescott may be in trouble there because of...
Who's they?
What's the guy that just signed? The quarterback they just brought in.
Oh, the guy from the Pats, Milton.
Milton.
Yeah.
They say he can actually play, and he's cheaper. You know how things go. But you can't trade Dak Prescott.
I think almost all of Dak's money's guaranteed,
You can't
too.
do anything with Dak Prescott except for play him.
Yeah.
And losing. That's what you can do with him.
Lose when it
They
matters.
will be pretty good right up until they won't be.
Right.
That's the Dak Prescott experience.
Yes, he puts up numbers. They just don't win.
And I think almost all of his money's guaranteed. He's playing.
Another
He's got a
brilliant
great
move
deal.
made by Jerry Jones.
He's got a great deal. Yes.
Were you guys into this show? It debuted today in 1990. Twin Peaks, a David Lynch joint.
Man, that took
I was a
over the
little
world.
young. It was a little odd for me to be watching
Yeah.
that
It
one. At that
still
point.
is odd.
Yeah.
It's very odd.
It's a cool bar, though, Twin Peaks. It's a cool
It
bar.
is a
The
cool
beer
bar.
is nice and cold, just like that.
Like Islands?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay.
Twin Peaks. And then,
Kind of like Hooters.
yeah.
It's a little more than that.
just
Also,
saying.
rest in peace, David Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He passed away.
Did you
earlier
watch
this
Twin
year.
Peaks, Em?
I have watched an episode or two, but I know I would like it. I just need to take the time because it's a lot to take in. Because all the things that I do like are all influenced by Twin Peaks
Ahead
and
of its
David Lynch.
time. Yeah.
Lynchian, one might say.
Lynchian.
Also, Real Madrid and Arsenal about to kick off in a few minutes.
Nice.
And we have came to, what is it, a wager? Our wager is a bottle of tequila or a bottle of gin.
Ooh.
Gin for Emily, tequila for Jorge,
Añejo.
and there are two
Añejo.
games, by the
Añejo.
way. It's not it's the annoying
Yeah, yeah.
two game.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's the right amount of games. Yeah.
No, it's an
aggregate.
That's your
That
worst
makes no
take
sense.
ever.
No, it's not.
It doesn't make
because
sense.
you guys don't get it.
No,
it's okay.
because
No one
we
gets it.
understand.
What else is on the dump?
Like when you play a series, one team needs to win more games than the other. If you have an equal amount of victories, then you don't have a series.
Just
you
gotta
wanna
have more
win
goals.
by a lot or
Yeah,
lose
but what
by
if you
little.
don't?
But
What
then
if
that's-
both games are 1-0, but he wins one and I win one?
Well,
Now
then you
what?
go by the away goal. And that's valuable.
What if neither team scored on the road?
Okay, well then somebody's got to score.
Then play
you go
another game.
No, you go to extra time. You go to penalty kicks.
Yeah.
It's simple.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So simple. How do you
Yeah,
not
so
know
simple.
this?
Come
But
on,
the next
Brad.
game, so it's going to be today, and then and about a week from today, on April 16th, is the second game.
Crazy
And
talk.
then maybe they'll have a winner.
National Empanada Day.
Oh,
today.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes, love empanadas.
Are you allowed empanadas, Chris?
How much salt's in them?
What if we say it's a medium amount of salt?
Medium's fine once in a while.
Medium's okay.
What is
I
the
still
right
get
way?
2,500 milligrams a day, which is actually what you're supposed to do.
Oh.
Nobody does it, but
Yeah.
that's what you're
What is the right way to? What's the right empanada to have? What's authentic?
I like the beef ones.
beef
Yep.
enchilada.
Beef
Okay,
chicken,
beef
too.
empanada.
Chicken or beef.
Yeah.
If you have like a pizza empanada, that's not really an empanada.
That's a
Probably
pizza
not
roll.
Hot pocket.
That's a mini calzone.
It's not an authentic empanada.
Totino's pizza roll.
Oh man.
Right.
Yeah.
I told you,
they're good.
You got to get out of RPV.
No,
man.
no, this is my daughter. They were at the farmer's market. There's empanadas there.
Well, there's mini calzones there. But yeah.
She wanted the
Empanadas
pizza.
are
I'm like,
hard
try
to
that
beat.
one. Yeah.
Hard to beat.
By the way, you brought your daughter to HBC. She didn't even say hello to any of us.
I told her not to say hello to anyone.
Good parenting. Good parenting.
What's that supposed to mean, Trav?
You know exactly what it means. That's when Michael laid eyes on you for my son Michael, who was maybe 12 at the time. A beer and a cigar, Dad.
Well, I mean, in hindsight, that ended up being correct. But
yes,
it took years.
The 12-year-old was ahead of the game. Today, DeMarco, we talked about this particular moment a couple of days ago. Hank Aaron hit .715. He passed Babe Ruth as MLB's all-time home run leader. He held the record until Barry Bonds passed him in 2007.
So 7:15 is the handshake.
7:15 is Al Downing on the mound, Vin
Yes.
Scully calling the shot, Tom House catches it in left field, and the two hippies run on the field to
Shake
pat
his
him on
hand.
the back.
I've seen that 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I haven't seen 7:14.
So the tying one.
The tying one I've never seen. Okay,
yeah,
that's
the
the
tying one is
You know,
not.
producer Laura once called him Aaron Hank on the air.
Aaron Hank?
Be a good name, but that's not the guy that hit all the home runs.
Yeah, Aaron Hank.
Yeah. My neighbor,
Vivid
Aaron
video.
Hank.
Vivid video actor.
What?
Just said, never mind. Go ahead.
What?
Sorry, that's a great
What kind
name.
of things are you
That's
watching?
a great name. Yeah.
Cody Bellinger
Oil
and Adam
can.
Morales and had an upset stomach. He's not playing today, so that's that.
Leave it-
mine
leave it
was,
alone, will
mine
you?
was
That's your
caused
primo,
by
bro.
medicine, most likely.
Well, his was caused by chicken wings.
Well, I still pooped on the street, but that's
Oh,
a whole other
God's
thing.
gracious.
Happens.
Oh, my
Super
God.
Crosstalk coming up.
Wait,
next.
you're forgetting the one thing left on here that's for Emily. Virginia beats Texas Tech 85-77 in overtime. National championship
Oh.
for University of Virginia. Let's go.
Super crosstalk. coming up next.
Wow.
Yes, the Who's won the title. Good job, Who's.
It was an overtime.
In
it was
overtime,
amazing. It was
they
the
won.
biggest thing for. It's
Go
the most
Who's.
exciting thing that I've ever watched.
Who's. Super Crosstalk.
The biggest Titans in all of CONCACAF. Los Angeles Football Club. Inter Miami CF. Battle it out for one spot in the CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinal.
Shot from 22 and in! Ordaz has scored! It's a golazo!
Last week, leg one was a thrill at BMO Stadium. Leg two in Miami will not disappoint. LAFC versus Inter Miami.
What's it going to take them out over there in leg two? Teamwork makes the dream work.
Pre-game starts tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Bring spring to your door with Target Circle 360. Get all you need for Easter hosting, spring get-togethers, and more with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. From Easter basket goodies to fresh florals, getting everything the same day is easy. Open the Target app and bring the magic of the season to your door with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. Visit Target.com/circle or the Target app for more details. Subscription required. Same-day delivery is subject to terms. Applies to orders over $35.
Baseball's my favorite sport because you can fail 70% of the time and still be a legend. Like my diet. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Big League Gift Giveaway. Get a pickleball set when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 15th.
Number 2.
The Good Times Pizza Company's brick oven cooks your crust to perfection. Get it to go today.
And the number 1 reason.
Desi Banks. Live April 25th. Get tickets now.
Morongo. Good times.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investment to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover train will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and a kiss and fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less. And trains depart every 2 minutes, beginning in early 2026. Learn more on this website, lawa.org/ESPN.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plastpro, April 17th through the 20th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeaglelachampionship.com. 710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
So I want to give you, Mace, and you, AK,
Okay.
I guess a thank you or
thank you?
something.
Okay.
I think. I don't know, because him, her,
Right?
and her.
What do you mean me?
DeMarco, Emily, Jorge, and Morales, when he was in here, both when they first laid on me, asked, "What's up with your shirt?"
Okay.
What is the deal with why is this? It is a blue shirt. There is nothing extraordinary about it.
Well, I mean, I'll say
I did not say
just
that the first time I saw
At
you.
first glance,
Yeah.
I would say, you own an iron?
Well,
Okay.
I do, but I don't really
Okay.
iron things. That's fine.
Okay,
that's
Mace.
fine. Wrinkled, I can take because it is a little wrinkly.
Yeah.
But it is a linen cotton shirt that
That is a
wrinkles
new wrinkle to
easily.
this
So
argument.
whatever.
It is that time
Yes.
of year, right? The sun came. It's
Yes.
going to
Well,
be warm
it's
today.
flowy.
All of
Yes.
these things.
What is the critique of the shirt that is
He looks like a
This is the-
retired cop.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Did they give you a good deal at Tommy Bahama?
It's
Yeah.
not a Tommy
Yeah.
Bahama.
Is that Ross Dress for Less?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Maybe.
love Ross Dress for
Yeah,
Less. Very
it is a
underrated.
Costa row, something like that. It's
Yeah.
not a Tommy Bahama.
I don't think you should feel self-conscious.
I
don't know why
didn't
everybody
when I
jumped
put
on
it on
You know
until
what it
I
is?
said you look good. I said you look good in
You know
it.
what it's like?
But you also said I look like a retired cop.
You do.
Yeah.
And I thought you were on your way to a
Thank you
meeting,
for
a
your
lawyer,
service.
something. You got to go film something. I don't. Why are you
See,
wearing that button-down
I will
shirt?
say this. It gets in your head, right? It gets in your head. This is what happens to me. So a couple weeks ago, I come in and Bergman says to me, boy, you got bags under the eyes. You look really tired. I'm like, what? I look at my phone. I'm looking at the mirror. I'm like, I don't look that bad. Walk into Live Imaging Tuesday. Right away, Morales is like, boy, you look really tired. I'm like, what
Really?
the hell's going on?
Yeah, I don't understand.
And it gets in my head, and then I can't shake it.
Emily also criticized the fact that it doesn't fit, so that was
Well,
fun.
it is. I mean,
It's a
it may
little
have
large.
fit at one point,
I understand.
but I mean, you've lost weight, so
Yeah.
it does look like
Yes.
a smock. It's more of a smock.
I
than
mean,
it
a
is
little
shirt.
bit. Yeah.
I'm even okay with that.
Good
Like,
for
I'm
you.
okay with wrinkled and smocky. Is that a word?
Yeah. Schmucky.
But I'm
You're
not
a
okay
retired
with.
cop who went into painting.
Yeah,
Brian
I don't
Dennehy.
I
Right
don't
there.
like retired cop vibe and
Just
that
saying.
entire deal.
Looks like you're running Rambo out of town.
Can
There
we
you go.
get back to Emily's story about Virginia winning something or whatever?
Well, college basketball used to be a thing we played in this country.
Can you believe?
Yeah.
I cannot believe how uninterested I was in last
Completely.
night's national championship game.
No.
Name one guy off that team.
I did,
And it had a wild ending.
It had a wild ending. I watched all the highlights. It was crazy.
Name
The
one
couldn't
guy
get
off
a
that
shot
team.
off.
No.
One guy off Florida.
One guy off Florida. Teddy,
Something junior.
Yeah,
There's a
there's
junior.
a junior.
Something junior.
There's a
I will expand your horizons even further. Name a player in college basketball not named Cooper Flagg.
Paige Buchanan.
Janai Broom.
Okay, I'm assuming that's a real
Juju
person.
Watkins.
I'll take your
played
word.
for Auburn this
Okay.
year.
Yes. Gino
That's my point.
Auriemma.
It's like this, the guys. You've
know.
lost the
Something
plot
How
when
did it
nobody knows
happen, though?
anybody.
It used to be the biggest
It was
thing
awesome.
in the world. I remember
It
being
was
a little
awesome.
kid, my
NIL,
dad in his brackets.
Transfer portal ruined everything.
It's a big. Well, it happened. This is not the last. This is 20 years in the making. I think the one and done was
One
the
and done
first
started
step.
it. Yeah.
Of instead of getting to learn to hate Christian Laettner over 4 years, you were like, "Who? Oh, I don't. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. Or
Yeah,
he's in a
build
new
up enough
team.
hate
I
for
have,
him.
I have heard that the one and done rule is going away. Is that decided, Andy?
I have not heard.
I think it's going away, and so guys will be able to go directly from high school to college, which makes the most sense.
Good.
It's like otherwise it's a restriction
Yeah.
of.
Then you're really killing college basketball.
Well, or are you?
There's no point
Not-
to go
not
there.
really.
Or, are you?
Or
Are
you're
you-
saving it.
Are you getting guys that stay there for 4 years?
Oh, the
and
high
get
school
rid of
guys
the
go right
one
to the
and
pros.
done?
Kobe
Correct.
and KG still go to the league right away, but some other guys that maybe need more than a year in college
Or maybe
stay
aren't
for a year in
NBA
college.
guys.
Well, is there a
That
minimum
too.
now if you go? Do you have to stay a minimum of say
There
2
should-
years?
I don't know. But
One in college.
Well, but then if that's the case, then all you're doing is
postponing. You're taking the
Right.
very best guys off the
You're
table.
not changing anything.
Yeah.
Right.
The rule that's always made the most sense to me, and I don't. Maybe someone could explain it to me. The college baseball rule, forever and ever, and I believe is still the rule, NIL and transfer portal stuff aside, is if you can sign out of high school.
Right.
You get drafted by the Dodgers, you can sign and go start your minor league career. Or go to a junior college and get drafted after each junior college season. Same thing. But if you go to a 4-year university, you are there for 2 years. You are ineligible to be drafted for at least 2 more years. That fixes
Pretty good
everything.
deal. Yeah, it's enough time to build up some hate.
That's a totally artificial rule. Let guys go and make the money they can make.
Well,
if you're if you're
But
18
they
years
go.
old and you can play,
You're
really
not. You're
well.
not taking the draft eligibility off the table. You're just saying if you are
You
not
must
drafted
stay.
or you don't
Right.
choose
You
not
are-
to sign,
You are given a choice,
Yes.
knowing the rules of what you're entering, and the 2-year minimum would address the issue of instability and the continual turnover, the lack of continuity, and how that is hurting the interest in college basketball, combined with transfer portal, combined with conference realignment, combined with all these different taking away opportunities from players. This is the rule. Like, if you think you are good enough to go straight to the NBA or play overseas or whatever, do that. If you enroll in college, you play 2 years.
Yeah, no, I
This
disagree
is
with
the
that.
rule.
You go when you're ready.
Yeah.
If that means after
If you're
1
good
year,
enough
if
now.
that means after 2 years, if that means go direct. I don't believe in restricting kids'
That's a fair.
options.
That's fair.
But then what you're doing, and this is fair to do, but you just need to understand, what you are doing is you are prioritizing what's best for the player first as opposed to what's best for the institution first.
And I'm pro player.
and the entity at large.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So because a lot of guys would choose not to go at all, or they got to go right because this is my time to go, and you're just not ready to play in
the
either
case,
league.
In the case of basketball, if you get rid of all of the one and dones, you're probably going to have a pretty stable
That's the
program
point.
without
That's the
a
point.
lot.
Yeah.
That's why I think the 18-year-old, you should be able to go straight out of high school.
that's
to the
fine by
pros.
me.
It's actually better for college basketball.
That's
if
the
they do
point. Is you either are allowed to jump straight into some type of professional setting at 18, including, by the way, the G League or whatever,
Yeah.
or go play overseas, or you go to college for 2 years.
Right.
Like, you get rid of the one and done.
College, not one school.
Think about
You can still transfer.
the difference between when Chris Webber called a timeout he didn't have
Right.
and the shockwaves it sent through sports, and how we talked about it for weeks. Like Weber had one of the all-time blunders, right?
Right.
I don't even know the guy's name that jumped in the air last. I don't even know his name.
Had the double. Had
yeah,
to
like
double
I don't even know the
situation.
man's name.
Weber wouldn't even have stayed at Michigan if he played in this era.
Yeah.
He probably would have transferred twice by now.
But what I'm getting at is these decisions have led to an era where somebody has a colossal blunder, and I don't even know the guy's name.
Yeah.
You don't
the
know
Fab Five was a huge deal.
Oh, I mean, I remember one of my coolest memories with my dad was we went to Indianapolis and we saw the UNLV team lose to Bobby Hurley and Duke.
Oh, yeah.
You never get stories like that anymore. There are no, like, one shining moment. Was there any moment that shined?
Not to me.
I did not
I didn't
notice
see it.
anything shining during the entire
Think about that UNLV team you're talking about. That had Larry Johnson, Greg Anthony, Stacey Ogman. Those guys were there for a while.
Right.
A while. They didn't just show up and kill everybody and leave. And like, where do they all go? They were there.
So yesterday you asked me how I was going to be after vacation. I said I'm going to take it all less seriously.
Yes.
So yesterday I normally have 5 pages of prep. Yesterday I did 2.5 because I'm like, I'm just going to let it rip.
And
I did a terrible show. So today I have 8 pages of prep ready to go. I'm like,
gotta find the sweet spot.
Gotta find the spot. Gotta find the spot.
What were you lacking yesterday?
I don't talk too good when I come back from vacation. It takes me a while to get back to talking.
I don't
good.
talk
Tomorrow
too
you'll
good.
be fine.
Tomorrow I'll be fine.
For me, it's the third day. The first day back, it's like you're doing it with your left hand.
Yeah,
like
it's
it just
true.
none of it makes any
I get a
sense.
little hoarse.
The next day you're thinking about it a little bit. Today you're going to think about it a little bit. You might be over prepared today, Mace.
I might. Although Morales is here, I'm sure the preparation will go completely
We're a
out the
button-up
window.
shirt then. We're a button-up shirt. It helps.
Oh, is that right?
Messing with Travis.
A smock.
Yeah, where'd you get your smock? I have got some painting to do around
I got the
house.
smock out of my. I see. The reason this shirt came out for the first time in a while is I had the handyman come to the house over the weekend, and he replaced the light fixture in my closet.
You do some painting?
No, I had no light in my closet for 2 months.
Oh, okay.
So
now you see what's.
I'm like, I haven't worn that in a while. I'm going to wear that one.
Oh, my old smock.
There it is.
There's
my smock.
It is interesting because I'm now thinking about like it's going to be summer here.
Yeah,
right. And
break out your linen, Mace.
I need the short sleeves, and I want to know where that smock came from.
I will find out.
Yeah,
Susan
find
is
out.
my personal shopper.
Yeah.
Smock buyer?
Smock
buyer.
Smocks are on.
Right down to the smock. In fact, she'll get in the smock with you.
Smock value.